Welcome to Starfinder, the Fragments of Eternity session 75. That's a big number. Go us. I'm Ryan, the GM. It's the 2nd of November 2020, guys. Somehow.
That's crazy. Doesn't make sense. I don't understand.
So, that's a thing. Something, Ryan's intro, and here are some players. Nico.
Oh my god, where is he?
Nico.
Maybe he wasn't joking when he said he wasn't ready.
Hello?
Hello!
Hello? Hello?
Yeah,
I'm not
okay.
muted anymore, right?
Nope.
No. Yeah.
Well, 75 sessions of this, guys! Woohoo!
Hi, I'm Nico.
Hi,
I'm
Nico.
playing Zara, the vest captain.
Oh dear.
Well, hello. I seem to be second despite having my name start with S because this guy,
It's been like that since last week.
he knows what he's done.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Really? Anyway,
Yes,
hi,
Sam.
I will. The Sam Loomis School of Psychiatry.
Yep, Halloween, yep, yep. But
because
that's okay, you're calling, yep.
And Sam Loomis is a terrible
Yep,
doctor.
you're calling,
Every
yep.
film.
Yep.
Yes, I am Colin, and famously, also Lyco Quint, who is your resident sneaky, spooky, altogether cookie, snipey, shitty detective boy.
Yep.
Knives, but they're not knives; they're bones, and they're inside of.
Well, hi, I'm Alex. I play Weird, the android mechanic. And I think the Seattle Garages should have won season 11 of Baseball.
I thought baseball had been around longer, I'll be honest with you.
Baseball.
Blazeball, didn't you hear him? Yep.
Oh, okay.
Have you not been following the cultural sensation that is Baseball?
No.
Missing out.
Go that team.
Yeah.
Hi there, I'm Callum, and I'll be playing Zig. Oh, it's my turn. Yes, it is. Okay. I'll be playing Zig.
Who else would have been going anyway, though?
I don't know. I was like, oh wait, hold on. There's another No, there isn't another person. I'm confused.
It's you.
It's me. I'm the other person. Hi there, I'm Callum. I'll be playing Zig, the little mystical space rat with space magic.
Who's the third man, though?
Man. Oh dear. So, yeah, so something, Alice, something, CC, something, Isabel, something. No, I'm not going to do all of them.
Dark side.
Yep, so, after
So who have
those...
we not voted for today?
Yeah,
Whatever
right.
it is.
Yeah, the voting...
I
so,
think you've all heard that I am.
so let's not get...
popping over to the United States.
I was going to say, I'm very quickly jumping in here and making sure we're very agnostic in terms of the election, cast that we are here, just in case we have any supporters from either side of the fence.
Any of our racist fans, we love you too.
Especially the ones that donate lots of money.
Have we ever voiced a political opinion on this show?
Oh no, I've accidentally closed. I've
So-
closed Chrome. How the fuck did I do that?
You just need to undo that.
I've undone it. It's fine. I'm sorry.
But I recently, just as a random aside that's normally Colin's job, I watched the Comey Rule on Now TV. It was like a 4-parter thing. It was like a 4-part drama. It's really good.
I'm dimly aware of it, and I have to say it looked cheesy as hell. But the guy doing the Trump,
So Donald Gleason, yeah,
is it on? Yeah, he does a
Yeah.
fantastic job. Like
Like-
he's not just doing an impersonation. That is good acting.
like Donald Gleason's a good actor, but he's so Donald Gleason. And then watching him do Trump, you're like, I know you're Donald Gleason, but also you're kind of Trump. So
Yeah.
I would say if MD was interested in anything to do with the last election and the nonsense of this election, go watch the Comey Rule. It was really, really good, and also only 4 episodes, so it wasn't particularly long.
And we hope this year the Russians don't interfere with it.
Yeah, that's a statement they make at the end of it, by the way, is the how that was obviously presented about the last election and this election in 2020, and the sitting president is yet to acknowledge these facts presented by the FBI. So that's a
Well,
thing.
His fraudulent election.
Those things, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's always good, right? However, the actual thing is really good. The weirdest thing about it, right? So it's got some people from like House of Cards and various other that guys in those shows, right?
Character actors, we call them.
Jeff Daniels is really good as James Comey, the FBI director. He's really good as that. And my favourite one was Boyle from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, plays the
Man.
like Attorney General at one point, and I'm like, what? Because it's a serious role, and it's really weird to like, yeah. So that was good. As I said, I enjoyed that. But anyway, that's enough about election nonsense. If you haven't voted, you're probably too late if you're watching it now. Like, yeah. So
If you haven't decided who you're voting for, what the fuck's wrong with you?
yeah, like how is that a decision? Anyway, moving swiftly on into our own space politics of bullshit. Yes, what do you remember from last time?
We took all the dragon bone to Donald Trump. And
Yeah.
You mean Quanald? Quanald.
Triaxis declared unilateral independence.
They voted themselves emergency powers. Yep.
It's our pact too.
Making the pact great again.
Yeah.
Mappa.
Well,
Things
the
are-
idea of building a wall around the entire pact world system did fall on deaf ears, which is unfortunate.
Mhm.
It sounded very feasible to me.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
that's just moving the diaspora slightly, isn't it?
it was also just like it was kind of making making the what do you call them, the Vesk pay for it though. That was the worrying thing.
Oh yeah, well.
I'm making the best pay for anything.
Yeah. Yeah,
Are
Captain.
you right? It was best.
Oh dear. Anyway, so
Attack.
I mean, probably should, quite frankly.
Great comedy. I'm
Um,
sorry.
wow. Wow. No.
Wow.
So anyway,
Some of my worst exes are Jewish.
why? Why, Colin? Why is this how you are? As I said, if you get me banned from Twitch, you are building my channel back.
I honestly don't know.
It's just going to be called Colin is sorry. That is what the channel will be called. Oh dear.
Corey channel.
Anyway, so
I should have like a channel.
what
page
else do
just
you
for
remember?
it.
Yeah, it should just be an official thing at the start and end. It should be my trailer for the channel. Just you apologising. Even in the Friday game that you're not in.
I'll find a way.
we found well no, I found Edgar very asleep and then woke him up and he's fine now and he's in a good mood.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Sure.
We were right to be suspicious of you.
Nonsense. Stuff and things and yeah.
Anything else MD wants to add to that?
Order number 42,
Mhm.
whatever
Yeah.
that is. We've got some of that.
It was we back
PC put my ship into piles.
like the black pal. Like it's an actor pal. It's like, are you sure? And we're like, aye. And he's like,
At first it was like
in
Munwin
fact,
Magath and we'll get your gear sorted. Aye.
See, if someone says "get your gear sorted" to me in that accent,
It's-
I'm not thinking they mean guns.
So it's worse that get your gear sorted at Magath. This is the full proposition.
Sorted to me, it's sort it.
Sort it.
Like,
Sorry. My vulgar ears for tongue can't handle it.
And this is how we lose all of the overseas viewers when they can't translate the extra Scottish layer.
Yes, there's only 5 million of us, and yes, our country is not big, but that doesn't mean we can't hate each other.
Yeah.
This is true. With great gusto, in fact, in some cases. But anyway, moving again back to the sci-fi game. Anything else you remember from last session?
And we went away to Akron, and then we went to Q-Bob.
Did you
the
hurt
Q-Bob
yourself, or
like,
was
No,
that remembering?
fucking watch the space. Hermione's like standing. Hey,
Yeah, fine with that.
did we say that already?
No.
I was getting there. I was a bit read the
Okay,
Q-Bob, more
sorry.
like, here, pal, some Dragon Bones, pal. And he's like, ho, 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 pal.
Sorry.
Right, you didn't understand it because he chose to do it like that. Is the
This makes all perfect sense, okay?
I mean, Callum is at least an over a C, pal. So
yes, over Annecy.
This is why we're amending the statement to never work with children, animals, or Scots.
yeah, one Scot is allowed, but not multiple.
You not sure are contentious people.
And then he took us down his basement. It went, why did we go into Q-Bob's basement? I don't know, but yeah. that's
Honestly,
funny.
we're fools. But the promise of guns, basically. Hey kids, you want some guns?
It's see when you summarize it right as yous took somebody's dead mother and grandmother in the bones of a dead mother or grandmother to a sleazy arms dealer who sweats grease, and you followed him in an elevator down to a basement so he could give you like access to like more weapons of destruction for said bones as payment.
To kill more grandmothers.
Right?
Look, every dead thing is very likely to be someone's grandmother.
Every
or
dead
something.
grandmother is a victory.
Yeah,
That's the team motto.
that's my stance on COVID.
Wow.
It's not at all, just so we're clear.
Should we add this to the apology segment?
I think we need to keep the number of dead grandmothers as low as possible.
0, ideally.
Yeah.
But, you know, businesses are important to people have their livelihoods.
Is this like justification for dead grandma? I don't know what this last part was. Was
Yes, I'm not one of these, we need to be in lockdown for the next 17 years. People, look at these people outdoors, they should be shot. Joyless cunts. Like, it's hard. This has been hard for everyone. Get a fucking grip.
I'm
So-
not opposed to shooting people outside.
So people at home watching this is why they don't complete goals, everybody. This is why. Because this is what we
Really
spend our
colour.
time doing. Just talking about the actual real world.
I am a law-abiding citizen. I feel attacked.
Okay. Sure.
Why is it on the screen?
The rain's suddenly very loud here.
In Africa.
The rain comes.
Look.
In Africa?
Rain
Yeah, in
Africa.
The rails, yeah. There we go. The rails fell down in a good one. Yep. There's my mind of that.
Okay.
Anyway, so anything else worth remembering? No? Good.
We made it to level
Don't
12.
think so.
That's about it.
Yeah,
Yep.
we got level 12. Woohoo,
We're
we
very
don't die.
successful.
Very successful. I know all the best levels. Yep. Oh dear. So, I think without any other nonsense, I will review the goals. So, time for that nonsense.
Right.
Personal goals, yep.
Right, just configure the correct ranking for the crew.
So it's mostly involving the part where you let everybody know what their rank is, yes.
Have a
Nice
chat.
suit. It wasn't the most successful thing in the world. And I looked to get a new one. Oh shit! Adding new bets for suit. That's what going on my shopping list. Bets for suit. However the fuck much bets of suit cost.
Bucket
Yep.
of soup.
What
Alright.
about just like a wee like sort of like flap that opens up, you know, and you can just like
He's got that duct tape is what he's got for that.
Yeah. Don't test duct tape. This duct tape has saved many lives.
Or space tape, I think, as we were calling it.
that's not.
Box tape.
Spuck tape.
Well, it's not.
Yep.
That sounds disgusting.
I don't know how you keep your spucks under control, Captain.
Yeah. Don't want your spucks flying about when you're in the drift space, do you? Gotta pin them down.
Just fucking a bit, man.
Yep. What the spuck is this conversation about, eh?
The fuck is this conversation about?
Oh dear. So I think we've got our first Starfinder swear word.
Spuckery.
And merchandise.
Yep, there we go,
Yeah,
right.
put that in a t-shirt. Someone will buy it. Someone's dumb enough.
I'll
So
buy it.
there we go.
Thank you, Callum.
Right, what else we got for goals? Wanna hit us up with your next goal there, Weird?
Yeah, I'm still going to make a cybernetic shop.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be great.
I
Yeah.
found his dedication.
Yeah. Ambitious, it's good. Zig?
Retirement plans.
Established Snyder has access to the vault and persuade her to take me. She believes she has access to a vault that is probably hers, which whether or not it's the same vault, who knows? I don't actually know, but it's good enough for me so far. We're making progress.
Okie dokie.
I like it when every word in a sentence is heavily fucking qualified.
Right.
It's always a good sign.
It's like, some people have do the thing, and then Callum had do the thing if this and that and these people and maybe this and potentially that happen. Maybe.
If the thing is defined as.
Anyway, general goals, what have we got?
Speak with Ramasefu.
Yep, and that's regarding the memory nonsense and also potentially the Ewoks mission.
Yeah.
Preparing that for the Ewoks.
Yep.
Followed in perfectly.
Mhm.
Deal with Q-Bob. We're currently doing that, hopefully. Determine how involved / complicit my back was.
We got like a day.
A day or so of that. Go and repair fleet. AKA the Kevlari, because that's the only thing he's repaired, really.
Yeah.
We're making good progress.
I think so. I mean, arguably, I feel like the only goal that isn't doable is probably Weird's. Like, in terms of this session.
Yeah.
Well, that depends on what happens with fucking Himani, if they couldn't get his name out there. Obviously, what's his name
I
again?
thought you were trying to work out a ship name for, like, Q-Bob and Himani, and you called him
I was about
Kimani?
to say Kevlari at first.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, that's not the one.
Mhm.
That's
Mob.
not what I say.
That is a ship name,
Holy
in fact.
God, this rain is actually getting so heavy that I can barely fucking hear you guys. It's insane.
That's
We're gonna
mad.
lose him.
I know. And the rains
I do.
came down in
The
air
rain come.
And swept poor Colin away.
away.
So one of these days, the real rain's gonna come.
So, based on that then, let's jump back in, shall we? So, I don't even know if there's other things I normally do at the start of the session. I don't do them now. So, here we are.
Foreboding.
Oh, yeah, foreboding. There
There we go.
we go, sorted.
There we go.
Glad we checkpointed that. So, yeah, these are standing there, the big warehouse door is swung open, and Himani is standing there. He said his bit he said last time. And
See, last time did he say it?
I feel like that's on you guys to just hello, my name is Himani.
Just the cheeriest guy in this timeline.
Yeah,
I think that's approximately correct.
yeah, like it's good enough, right? Something that he basically said, these are your business partners, right? Like something akin to that. I don't remember his exact wording either. That was a week ago.
It was definitely hello.
Hello.
Cool. Amari.
And then, good old Charles Dance, but for legal reasons slightly distinct from Charles Dance, turns to you and says, Captain, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Nods very like so slight that if you blinked you'd have missed it,
Uh-huh. Give him the same. So it's a lizard nod.
Mhm.
Like-
Well, the slightest nods ever.
Yeah, it's like
1 degree of a dip.
Yeah, it's so slow.
I can imagine the camera cutting between their two faces.
Mhm. Actually having an overlay of the actual protractor, tick. And then Bob in between the two, like tapping his sticky hands against each other, kind of looking awkward, and like, the arrangement, and he kind of like leans over at you guys and puts his hand out.
Fuck. I mean, we don't know it's Grand Ma's bones, right? I mean, we do kinda, but he doesn't know that, right?
We can guess.
Yeah,
don't
he
actually
doesn't
know
know
it.
that, right? I mean, but they're just bones, right? There's loads of dragons. We kind of do specific on what's black dragon bones, but we didn't know.
Snyder said matriarchal black dragon.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we knew it was Black Dragon. But we
We don't need to say
I mean,
anything, and we
yeah,
don't
exactly.
need to lie.
Yeah,
It just
so,
depends if like Weird's plan is to tip out his cube of holding, or to
guess
just
we
hand
just
it
play
over.
this- I guess we just play this off as
Do you have a bucket?
kosher as possible.
So,
You asking that?
Yeah.
And then he kind of
are we saying? Sorry.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, Weird is speaking, guys. He said, "Do you have a bucket?" And he goes, the quantity is somewhat more than a mere bucket would allow. Yes. And then he kind of like shuffles and then stops just as he starts to shuffle and like kind of like motions you to like come through with him.
I shuffle up.
And like he walks up to like a big kind of cargo container thing, and he like hurriedly like fumbles with the switch, and it like the door slides off, and it's just an empty container. He goes, if you could deposit the payment in here.
I shall turn it upside down then.
Yeah, just this massive pile of bones. And what was the dimensions of your cube?
I think it was just 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot.
Yeah, so
It's,
tips it out.
27 cubic feet.
Nice. And then you just see him slowly licking his lips as all the bones pile out. He goes, yes, lovely. Mm. And
Right.
then turns to you and kind of just nods a couple of times, but mostly it's just his chin bulging as his face dips a little. And he quickly motions over and goes, Lord Hermione, if you could come in and inspect the merchandise. And then Hermione just nods to the group that are obviously standing very tensely.
I'd give him that 1 degree nod as well.
Mhm.
You know what? I'll give him a perfectly normal nod.
Yeah, good.
Well, you're clearing out the corners with the null space chamber.
Yep. As you tip it into the crate thing, and then he strides over, and he says, "Yes, this is acceptable. Would you be interested in sharing how you came by such merchandise?" Hermione says to you specifically, Weird.
We found it in an old ruin.
And this location, is it something you are willing to part with?
I don't think I have the authority to do that.
And then he leans in to like his jacket and pulls out a card and hands it to you. It says, when you consult your superiors who can issue the authority, make sure they contact me directly.
Businessman.
Certainly.
And he kind of nods. And
Pop the card into the null space chamber.
yeah, just in it goes. And then like Bob fusses over Hermione for a bit as they seal up the crate. Hermione puts a device on the side of the crate, and then the thing just starts to like hum slowly louder and louder and louder, and then the crate vanishes. Hermione then just looks at Bob. Bob goes to shake his hand. Hermione looks at his hand, looks at Bob, and then just walks away. He stops, like, you know that shot where you're standing in a line at the door and he'll stop facing the opposite way in the line so that everybody's heads, lined up, and he'll just say to the group without turning around, I will assume that the business with the drow has not left your notice, Captain.
Yes, unfortunately, getting our hands on a drow queen has proven more difficult than, well, yeah.
Do you want to roll bluff?
No.
Let's start the session strong, shall we?
That's diplomacy, that's best diplomacy.
Spuck off, I believe.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Go spuck yourself.
wasn't awful, okay. 17.
And then, yeah, so Hermione just then repeats, like, there's like a mild grumble as his lips start to like move before they part, and he says, I will retain the job until it is completed, in which case you can be
Was
rewarded.
that even a bluff? As far as I know, it's quite hard to fucking get a drow queen. Like,
I mean, you've got one.
yeah, I mean...
And it was super easy to get.
He wants to lads around, right? He wants vengeance. So
Oh yeah, 100%. That was the job he hired you to do, and as far as time is
Also-
concerned, that never happened.
Does Captain even know if it's a bluff because of memory bullshit?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He
It's
has
not
a drow
bluff,
queen
I'm not.
on the Azure Flare.
I do, but I'm not a bluff.
Like, that's the part that makes it a
Ah,
bluff.
you know, it's not like he was just looking for any drow queen, was he?
I'm sure he wouldn't say
kinda
no
got-
to
So-
I'm
like.
getting a headache is how I got
Mm.
like Finida on the fucking ship at this point in time. I'm like, So I'm
She
like,
weighs less than
A duck.
no. But I do like, I don't know. I can kind of see his point where it's like, yeah, he has a drow queen on his ship, yeah, but not the one he was looking for.
It's not what he said, though. He said it's hard to come by.
I mean, it's true.
So,
It's true. So that's
Yep.
kind of the bluff part.
Lie better.
Yeah, I mean, I was a pretty good fucking lie, alright, for like how. Oh, lie it was, right? Because it was technically not a lie.
so,
But it was a lie.
so Hermione obviously, I'll repeat what he said, insofar as he basically said he'll keep the job open until someone completes it. Excuse me. In which case, the compensation will obviously no longer be available.
I would nod as they should be, but come across it, we'll definitely try and take care of the business.
I want to interject with something.
Yeah?
I'm going to ask out of character first how
Okay.
well advised we all think it is, because I want to ask him if he's heard anything.
Just
to
do
the effect.
you, mate.
Right. Okay.
Just do you.
If you think so.
Just
Commit.
do you, mate. Like,
Okay. Right. I'm doing it.
I'll make you new
I
character
clear
sheets.
my throat to get his attention a bit and say, we did encounter. Right, so before I do this, I know that Lyko was confused about whether or not it was confused at one point because he brought it up about whether or not she was dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Lyko is dimly aware of there being some uncertainty over this.
So, for Lyko's benefit, right? Right up until you parted ways with the party, right? Lantaral was dead.
Yeah.
And then you met Babak and he showed you footage of Lantaral.
Yeah, and she was.
So
I'm aware of that.
so she's not dead, and that was weird for Lyko. Since then, time has been fucked, which means, in your opinion, Lantaral's alive.
Right. So am I at all cognizant of the fact that
You do have
What-
vague memories about
Okay,
Lantaral
so
being
what-
drunk by
what
Hermione.
Lyko is going to do is he's going to put those vague memories into someone else's mouth, basically, and say that he's heard rumors, right?
Okay, yeah.
Which I assume is a bluff check.
Yeah.
Right. Let me say it first, and then I'll roll bluff, and we'll see what happens. Like, I have heard some rumors to the effect that she had in fact died, but I've since encountered some pretty conclusive contradictory evidence. I wondered if you'd heard anything similar.
And trying to roll.
I do indeed. Roll good. Oh, that's not a good roll.
Roll good.
So
Roll better.
his head like turns to like acknowledge the fact that he's still talking, and he says, "The job was issued. I am not interested in discussing the minutiae with people tasked to solve this dilemma." And he kind of just nods at your exhale there, and good day, Captain.
Can you see that?
No.
Yeah, it's alright, because it's fireworks gone off.
It's okay,
I
we
thought
had
it was
this
a neck
before.
creak.
Yep, the nod. But yeah, he just says good day, Captain, and he walks like past and
I'll
out.
give him the nod.
I mean, he can't see. He's not looking at you anymore. He's walked
Right,
away.
you can hear the creak of the neck.
Yeah,
Like it's-
yeah. He's got good ears. Yeah, yeah. Yep. That's how the scales hit off each other. Yep. And you just hear like the clack 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 of him walking with his stick away.
Probably like an exhale of relief, almost. Guess there was another timeline currently there isn't actually anything to be worried about with him, but
Nope. I mean, realistically, there never really has been, right? Think of everything you've ever been through. He's never ever like
void egg, swallowing, foreboding, aura. Like,
yeah,
Funny,
but
I don't know.
the black dragon. It's probably bad news, right? But,
Is this not? I don't know. That was odd. Hey, Bob. Sorry.
and then he kind of looks up, and then he's like, you just see that he's still standing there, kind of just looking at where the crate used to be, and he turns around and he's rubbing his hands together, and he goes, Mr. Quint, yes?
Nod. You didn't happen to hear any strange rumors about the Drow Queen?
Can you roll perception for me as well?
Certainly.
Just you, buddy.
Just me and me. That's fair roll. Not a good roll. That's a fair roll.
You never told him your name before.
Interesting.
Yeah. And yeah. So he says, Mr. Quint. And what is it you wish to address Bob of?
Yeah, so saying, you, sorry, you perhaps overheard what I was saying to, Manny. You haven't by any chance heard any, strange rumors about the Drow Queen, specifically something to the effect of her already being dead? I know this isn't true. I'm just curious.
He kind of like shakes his head again, and his jowls wobble. And he kind of goes, "The rumors are not profitable." He kind of just nods slowly, like he's been super siege.
Well, depends on the rumor, I guess.
And he kind of he looks up and he goes, like there's like a shine in his eyes, right? Like you've like maybe hit a note that he quite enjoys, and then he kind of like puts a hand up, and his chubby fingers shake side to side, and his antennas twitch a little, because again he is a Lashunta, and he says, "Only the ones that pan out."
Well, a successful transaction?
I kind of nods, and he goes, "Now you had interest in merchandise."
So, I think I think we should let our man do the talking, and you know who I mean.
Weird, obviously.
I would hand him a data pad with a long list of military grade equipment.
Okay. Do you wanna have this list somewhere it can be perused by my eyes?
I've got it on the shopping list.
I've
Okay.
updated my shopping list.
I have not, but I'll do it this very second, because I'm doing it this very second.
Well then,
I added mine down row 73 onwards.
I have put in suit adaptions for the bone blades. Well, I've called them bony blades because that amused me. But
Bony
I have no idea what level or what price that would be.
So, Alex, this stuff is yours, right? I've
Yeah.
just... Okay, cool.
Got page 73 onwards, yeah. Row 73.
Till 88, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, does any of this look bullshit? In the sense of, will he have it, will he not?
It looks like a long list.
There is a short list. I got to put stuff.
Rail cannon. I get a folding sniper rifle. You're getting a rail cannon.
Which integrates heavy armor into my powered armor.
Let's see, is there anything that he won't actually...
I feel like you've embraced the sci-fi dramatically more than I have.
Although the powered armor I'm upgrading to is only medium. So
You're medium.
The only thing that he's not likely to have out of that list is that one item.
is the powered armor.
The celerity rigging. It's the only thing out of that. It's not to say he couldn't get it for you, but he probably would. That would be another deal on top of what you have done. That might take some time.
Is that because it's too magical? Or
It's just for him. It's an exotic item that he doesn't exactly have access to a lot. Like, keep in mind, a lot of the stuff you'll have is stuff people can buy regularly, right?
Yeah.
Like, I was tempted to do the same with the X-Legs, but I feel like the celerity rigging or the X-Legs, I picked what one I thought was the most exotic. So yeah, I think the X-Legs isn't that exotic an item. I think that's the only thing that he wouldn't have straight away. But it does mean that if you were to ask him to get that in addition, he'd charge you more. But that's just a case of paying that money, and he would put it on order for you, right?
Do we have money?
So he'll look through the list, and he'll kind of like, take the data pad, and he'll lick his finger, and he'll just use that to scroll through the data pad disgustingly. And,
why would he do that? It's not a book.
And then
He can keep the data pad.
and then he looks through it, and then he just taps. Unfortunately, no. The specialist, And he goes, exotic weaponry, too exotic. And then, he hands you the data pad back, or goes to at least.
Yeah, I'll take it back. Disinfect it.
Yeah. Right, so, but the rest he'll get you, no bother, yeah.
Yep.
I think the most ridiculous thing is him wheeling out the rail cannon, probably. I feel like that's probably the most ridiculous looking thing, Maybe the rail cannon gets walked out on the legs. Maybe that was easier. So yeah. Right. Zora, you got your list done yet? Lyko?
No, it's almost done. It's almost done. Going to something else and it'll be finished by the next person.
Lyko? You done your list?
Lyco list is done in
Where
as
is-
much as it can be done when the suit of adaptations for bony blades is it remains vague.
Where is this list?
It's in the shopping list. I'm the first in the new list below section 34 to 40.
Okay, cool. Let's see.
The grey space.
Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. So whatever your suit of armor is, we can just assume that like you'll have the perks to do a custom job on that. That can just be rolled in. And then I don't see anything else an issue with that.
Cool. Up
Love
the menace armor.
Then you can't buy it if you can't see it. So that's the rules.
Love
Zig?
the menace. Abadar Cop travel suit. I'm like, nope, no thanks. Don't play that.
Zig?
I mean, mine's not changed, and it's not changing.
I don't know where your list is.
I'm purple.
Okay.
44 to 44.
Okay, 44 to 44. Then I think that is probably fine.
Yeah.
If it's just that. Why is there a secondary cost underneath it?
Right. Okay. That's the cost. That's my funds, and that's how much I'd have left if I bought
Cool.
it.
Okay, that makes sense. You don't need to spend that because Nick's. Yeah, I guess technically you were weird at the time, or were you Nick's at the time? I think you were Nick's at the time, right, when you got the bones.
I think so.
Yeah. So technically Nick's efforts.
You were just about to become weird.
Yeah, it was literally. Yeah.
Just to look at armor upgrades quickly. I don't know.
Also,
Time, so.
Scott in the Friday game discovered the paladin spell Find Steed, and he discovered it could summon a mastiff, and now he's just looking at the possibility of having a pet dog for the rest of the game. So,
Wait.
yep, You heard
you
those
don't
words.
have to find an animal you can actually ride for pet find.
So find steed works because small creatures can ride a mastiff.
But you don't have to be a small creature to find a mastiff.
No.
Not to summon one, no. Because it doesn't say summon suitable steed. That would be a useful spell. Yep.
Summon dog.
Yep, is what the spell basically became in Scott's eyes. I'll share the picture in the chat, because look at it.
Terrible.
It's kind of glorious. Also, hello Scott in chat.
Oh.
Hi.
Greetings.
Listen.
Hmm.
Okay, fair enough.
Right.
Yo!
Good
It's
hello.
not how I would have used it.
I know, but he wants a pet dog now, so he took the spell ceremony instead.
Holy shit! Are there any creatures small enough to ride a cat?
It depends the size of the cat.
Not rules as written.
What about tiny creatures? Because
Unfortunate, because I can't
Yeah,
ride.
not player races.
yeah, isn't Pixie tiny?
I don't think they've got playable rules for Pixie.
Yeah, I know it's probably homebrew as hell, but like,
Oh yeah.
Sprite would be the best playable race. Just be one of those things that wizards cram into lamps, you know. Right, who else needs to shop?
On my shop, I've downgraded celerity working to stag step suit.
Mine's just basically done.
Yeah,
I just
like-
don't understand armor upgrades because it doesn't tell me any like cost or anything or level of them.
So
so
celerity
I'm
rigging this, the stag step suit's fine.
Is that fine? He's got that.
Nice.
Perfect.
Sorry, Zora.
Cool, I'm done. I'm just in a targeting computer. I'll just take targeting. Yeah, I mean, it's the new list.
So is
Oh,
your list this orange thing? Is this it?
Yes. The one further down, I think.
I mean,
Maybe.
this.
Make it more orange. Yeah. That's the one. That's the one.
Represents it to be.
I think the stag step suit also has an extra armor upgrade slot.
Also,
Stuff.
Colin, watch what you say.
It's not working,
Um,
Ryan. My attempts have failed. You'll be pleased to know.
no, I'm very sad by this. So
Wanted the dreidel to be smoking pot.
I need you to genuinely watch what you're saying on Twitch, buddy.
Oh, they're not going to get upset about praying flags
You'd-
emojis.
You'd be surprised.
Yes.
Yes. It's more about your physical words that you're saying. Whatever a physical word is. So, the physical act of speaking, I guess, is the point I'm getting at. Right, Zora, anything bullshit
Choose.
here?
Right. What I know of, I got a jetpack. I've got thermal capacity. That's basically an extra 5 fire and cold resistance. Target computers basically attack concealed stuff.
Was a thermal capacitor, sorry?
That's an extra 5 fire and cold resistance.
Why does this list look like you've just watched The Mandalorian for the first time?
What?
This list just looks like you watched The Mandalorian for the first time.
I haven't
I
watched
mean,
it
I've
at all,
already got
personally.
jump jets, right? The jetpack's just a better version of the jump jet. And
Yeah, I don't see anything in there that would be a bit iffy. The hard light is a bit interesting, but I don't see that being that big a deal.
Everyone's spending so much more money than I am.
Mhm.
Well, not
Say-
Zig.
say
Zig has
40K.
been
I mean,
even more conservative than I have.
it's not 40k.
Zig's heart lies with those box of flyers on the 11th hour.
Yeah.
Look, I
Should
admire.
have should have picked them up in my year, right? Like
Mhm.
no. never occurred to me. I don't think I'd have space for them in my little fighter though, so.
Should have left them with Ivan and they might have multiplied.
Oh, maybe more.
Or Ivan would have been the most dazzling king of the ooze. Right, anything else I need to care about?
Yeah, I'm just adding one extra thing to my list, but it's only about 4,000 credits. It's just a light.
The bright light projector.
Yeah,
Why-
I'm adding.
Why is a
the-
torch a level 6 item?
Because it can also show through magical darkness.
Right, okay, so
Magical.
it's a magical light, okay.
Yeah, and I'm putting it in my shield so that it looks fancy.
Alright, sorry. is
So
that
when
a
I
roll?
cast darkness to hide us all, you'll stick out like a
I mean, I can turn it on and off.
Like a beacon. Oh, okay. I will light the way.
Anything else I need to be concerned
I
about,
like the
guys?
idea of a powerful light attached to a gun, but I wouldn't attach it to my sniper rifle, so maybe we'll do that later.
I feel like I should add another weapon.
I don't think you should.
No.
No, I think you're good. Right, going
I'll
once.
just ride your back. It's fine.
Can I have an electrostatic field?
Don't know what that means.
I recommend it.
5 electricity resistance and 1d6 electricity damage when somebody hits me.
Can it
That's
actually
the
be
whole
like?
one.
I was gonna say, can it be utilized?
Can I? What do you mean? Sorry.
As in, do you have like the?
Yeah, I've got 4 upgrade slots and I've only got 3 upgrades.
I don't see why not.
Which mark are you going for?
I mean, it's up to Ryan.
I mean, I've gone for the Mark III.
Mark Calloway.
Can I have a back 2,
The Mark Hamill.
which is 10 and 2d6? 10 resistance.
Mark
2d6.
Wahlberg.
Well,
Because he
like,
is, of course, Marky Mark.
the only thing that's ever been like I don't mind if everybody has like something that like just tips over, because we've got a level 3 null space chamber on a weird bullshit.
Well, can I have a Mark 3 thermal capacitor then, which gives me 15 fire resistance?
If you want, yeah.
Thank you. I'm a fire monster.
I mean, I have.
I am the fire monster.
So I can put my rail cannon on the tactical scaffold, so that it can automatically swing round when it's shooting time.
Cool.
Mhm.
I like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very like, you know, the Predator,
Yep, that's what I was thinking of.
only more dressed, you know.
Or the assault Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Also,
You're
there's,
Or
dog
War Machine?
Monkey funker.
there's a feat for type,
Or War
called
Machine,
type
yeah.
fit or something, by the way, that you might want to look at, Alex.
Type
That's
fit.
what she said.
Yes, type fit.
Yeah.
Basically, it means you don't get tangled and only get your movement decreased by 5 when you're squeezed.
See,
Which, if you're in the Wednesday game, comes up a lot, it turns out.
I might pick that up, but I need shield proficiency right now.
Yeah, obviously.
And also I can walk through walls, so the entanglement isn't quite as big an issue.
If you walk through walls with a shield,
Why is this list changing a lot, Alex? Like, why?
you
Sorry, what's changing?
I saw you
Well,
clicking
that's-
everywhere.
Sorry, yeah, that's just me. I'm
what if the shield was
That's
able
difficult.
to be activated
Right.
while you were no?
So, Nico, please say what you're actually trying to say over him.
Right, the thermal capacitor Mark 2 is a level 12 and electrostatic. The old Mark 3 is a level 12 as well.
Okay.
Thermal
So
capacitor's like, if Mark 3 is like a 15, so I don't know if you want to.
Nah, you're not getting a 15, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
I don't mind if you dip over into the 13 for one item, but
I'll just get, can I just get like, the electrostatic field and just do level 12 things then?
aye,
So it's
yeah.
level 12 anyway. I mean,
Mhm.
I've loaded up to level 13, I don't really see a need to take
That's fine, yeah.
anywhere.
In saying that as well, does Zig and or Lyko want anything that's a level 13 that they don't have on their list already, since you have like nothing on your lists that are close to that?
I honestly, I really at the moment feel like I only need new weapons, and since my
What about
main
your
weapons
blades, though?
are my knifey knives.
Remember, you're obviously...
Well, let
'cause
me have a check. But I don't think I'm quite at the point where I could get that yet. I think
The reason I'm saying that is
think-
obviously because, like, technically this is the equivalent of, like, I don't mind if one of them gets an upgrade if it's suitable. It can just be the evolution o'clock, since shopping is
Yeah.
the equivalent of
oh,
that.
look at the time.
I
Yeah.
feel like I need to point out to you both, well, all three of you as well, that there's a level 7 personal upgrade in the core rulebook that gives you a +4 to an ability.
It's just crazy.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Oh, I think I did know about this,
It's
but
the
I
synap-
forgot.
If you can grab like an ability crystal or a synaptic accelerator, and it's just a flat +4 to one of your attributes.
Huh?
Oh,
Does he
wait,
have any of that?
Probably. It's like
Does he have any of that? Yeah.
I've got
Okay.
one thing that I need to buy.
just a handful of brain crystals, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a synaptic accelerator on there because I want that.
There's one thing that I want to buy.
Like, if you just want to find it, it's on his list.
Yes.
Like, there you go.
Yeah.
I
Or
just
rated.
quickly need to chase up the. Oh, where the
212.
fuck?
If anyone wants any other equipment recommendations as well. Weird is.
Oh, do you want to
Yeah.
suggest maybe a level 13 cheeky for both Zig and
Okay.
Lyco? Maybe then?
Let me find.
May as well give
I
everybody
would
something
be,
like cheeky.
Interested to hear any suggestions.
How attached are you to your limbs?
What about a specific armor crystal
fairly.
that we can speak about stats later
no,
about?
no, I know what I'm looking for. It's okay. I mean, I'll take one of those crystals if I can get it, but I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I think
want
like
my arm things to be Mark 3, Ryan.
I figured that's what you want. That's why, like, the fact that you hadn't mentioned anything about your evolution is
I
like,
thought I needed another couple of levels, but I was wrong.
because that's 13, right, for the Mark III.
It's 12.
Okay, then you're sorted, so you don't even have a 13 yet. Because keep in mind, like, we're hand waving money because you know you've got somebody's dragon mama.
Yeah, we're offering
Dragon
something
Mama.
rather fancy
Yeah,
and rare.
which you
Right,
just immediately
start-
gave to Himani, apparently.
Eh. Listen, we had that whole talk. Remember? I took Zig aside.
Hmm.
We're not the good guys.
Yep.
So we don't have to worry about that. It's fine.
What was the
It's
reason
a
for
nice
that talk
ethics.
again? What was the reason for that talk again? That specific time? Do you remember?
Was it him killing people or something?
The irradiation? Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was actually. And you know what? I was right. Not everyone is Superman.
Because wasn't that when you were in Carhole
Sure.
after like 2 weeks? And it was like, listen, kid. We're not the good guys.
Accelerators.
We're just the guys that are here.
We're just guys. You know, we're just a bunch of guys.
running a car hole.
Just a bunch of guys. We're doing guy stuff. We're working for a dragon. It's all fine.
Let's see, you're doing your warlock voice again.
Yeah. I'm glad that isn't Lyco's voice. Is all I can say.
Right. Any suggestions? Yeah.
What armor does Zig wear?
Refractobot.
Well, carbon something or other.
Yeah.
Is it light?
Yes.
Okay.
Carbon skin, white carbon.
Are you at all interested in wings?
I think you can fly anyway.
I mean, I can fly, but
Doesn't matter then.
see, I'm flying without wings.
Oh god.
Um,
How dare you?
Sorry, I hate myself. But
I hate myself today. Right, what else we got? Any other suggestions of the level 13 variety? Because I may as well just make that the thing everybody gets at least one of.
I can't really see.
My favourite thing is that it's
Synergizing symbiote's pretty cool, isn't it?
I don't know. What does it do?
It's basically exactly the same as the ability crystal, but rather than eating a magic crystal, you stick a tadpole in your brain.
yeah, I
So
mean,
this isn't the Dungeons and Dragons game. This
Yeah.
is Monday.
Mhm.
they've got 3 different flavors of personal upgrade.
And they're all functionally identical.
Yes.
I mean, the
It's
tadpole
just
sounds cooler
magic
for you.
tech and Bio.
Yeah, the biotech one's kind of cooler for you, I think.
Yeah, synergizing symbiote it is.
Does that go in your head slot though, and would that affect your?
It doesn't seem to take a slot.
It doesn't take a slot now.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say that's a thing because that's a vague thing about Starfinder too, right?
It's it's a personal upgrade rather than like a
Yeah, like a
No.
brain slot. Yeah.
which I have. I
Mhm.
can't take because I've got my phantom basal ganglia. So I couldn't take a mechanical one. Well, I could actually take the synaptic accelerators because they don't count as one. But I couldn't take like metal brain case or something like
Mhm.
that from the armory.
Which makes sense because it would affect your basal ganglia. So phantom as it may be. Right. Is there a 13 recommendation for Zig?
I'll come up with anything particularly incredible at 13 yet.
Because there's not really any cool magic staffs, right? That's what bugs me about Starfinder. There's not just a
Yeah.
magic staff of being
Well,
a
you know
mystic.
why that is, Ryan.
No.
Because as Star Wars has taught us, space wizards don't use staffs.
Laser swords.
Or just their fingertips.
Or just
Yeah.
the space-time continuum, as Zig has often used.
The most powerful weapon of them all.
Right. Operational when your friends arrive. They should have kept them not using a lightsaber. Sorry, I'm not.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. 100%. Should never have been given a
Good
lightsaber.
man.
It was dumb. Fucking super 720
It's
from
a
standing
lot
jump.
easier to, it's a lot easier to market lightsabers than it is electric hands.
Yeah. Although I would buy electric hands if they were on offer.
Oh yeah, if they were offering them,
Mhm.
but alas, Lucas
Oh.
isn't that powerful.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
exactly what I want. Hold on.
He almost was until he
That's
sold out.
exactly what it was.
Right, what do I need? What do I need? Where is it?
Why don't you have Magitech skin? Or sorry, anti-magic skin. That's crazy.
What's anti-magic skin?
It starts at level 15. Your skin is infused with alchemical components extracted from fae, hags, and other highly resistant, like magic-resistant creatures. As a move action, you can gain spell resistance according to your model of anti-magic skin for 1 minute. Spell resistance 20 is the starting level, by the way.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a level 15 item though, the Mark 1, so that's why you still have it. That would make sense. Dear gods, that's kind of grim though.
To be fair, like, aren't hags like innately evil?
Yeah, it's just fae, hags, and other highly magic-resistant creatures.
Okay, yeah, Fee, I forgot about that.
Also arguably shifty, right?
Yeah.
Fae.
Wait, Fee.
Okay. Arcane lenses are kind of cool. Trying to think of like actual magic-y things that might be interesting for Zig. Dimension
require-
braces.
A special monument worth at least 1,000 credits to serve as a beacon.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Okay, no, let's break this down further. Okay, why?
Because I may have taken the reincarnate spell.
Right. Okay. Say more.
Okay, right. I'll just read you the first paragraph. It's a very long spell, so nobody die, okay?
I'll try not to.
When you cast this spell, you bring back a dead creature in another body, provided its death occurred no more than 1 week before the casting of the spell, and its target soul is free and willing to return. Target soul is not willing to return, the spell fails, blah, 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 blah. Casting this spell requires a special monument worth at least 1,000 credits to serve as a beacon for the departed soul. This object is consumed when you cast the spell, so I need a bunch of them.
So, what about this instead?
Or I'll take that. Yep, I'll have that.
They're not level 13, but they're kind of cool.
Yep, I want them.
Those are very good.
Right? That's kind of funky. And if
Also,
you're-
where am I going to put my +4 stats?
what is
Am I
it? Plus
going
4?
for too many
Eh,
stats? 'Cause
Is
I
it
went for
+4 to one stat, or is it +4 points for stats? What is
I
the
read
wording?
it's +4 to one stat, but
Because that would be my question.
it does just say additional ability points.
Then that's obviously to any then, if that's what it says.
Sorry, what's that?
I was just asking the wording of it, if the +4 to is it
That
one
does
stat?
sound like it's just +4 points you can spend as you wish. Is it?
It says in the area above.
Oh, right. Hold on. Yeah, total of 3 personal upgrades regardless of source, blah blah blah.
Add them to my
Boost an existing personal upgrade by putting up. Right.
To a single ability score. Yeah.
Single ability score. Oh! So,
Yeah.
I'd probably be better off with 2 Mark 1s because.
I think you can only have, what was it? Yeah, so you cannot have 3 Mark 1s, but you can have a Mark 1, a Mark 2, and a Mark 3.
Okay.
It's
Well,
weird.
I could use
Yeah,
the Mark
what we
1 and the Mark 2 if that would be acceptable. Don't want to overdo it, but I'm thinking that pumping my dexterity up to the 5 mod would be worthwhile.
Doesn't bug me, as long as it's not breaking the 1 level 13. As I said, at some point there will be a limit to what obviously Bob has, obviously. But but Dragon Bones have bought him a lot with Himani, as you can imagine. What does fiery rune plates do?
And how much do you like to be surrounded by fire and become a sun in your own right?
I think I know someone who would like that.
Yeah.
I think I know 2
Medley
people.
could probably already do it.
It's another source of being on fire.
Unless you install them in armor, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Once per round. See, we should just call this shopping adventures is what we should have called this.
Shopping's fun, Ryan. Don't you know
Shopping
this?
is fun.
Alternative
Because we can't do it in real life, so we need
Yes.
to
Not at the
get
moment.
her fixed somewhere.
I mean, I did ask you to do this during the week, so these lists were ready.
And I'm sorry.
Mine was ready.
I genuinely
My
forgot
hair's
about the
falling
equipment
again.
part.
I hate it when it does that.
Yeah, but you still did that thing, Alex, where you never then tell me to go look at it, to approve it, during the week. I know, right? Imagine.
Yeah.
Prep time.
Yeah, Batman.
There's too many words in this fire rune plates. I actually read all of them and I don't remember any of them, so I'm not reading it again.
Just surround yourself by fire, and anyone adjacent to you takes damage. They
Oh.
get reflex saves, take half save.
See.
So it's 15 fire damage at Mark 13.
Although, what does the Obsidian Electivore figurine of wondrous power do?
Just looking at it because it's.
Oh, and I was linked
in
to the Obsidian Annulus Aeon Stone, which you can spend a resolve point to get spell resistance equal to 11 plus half your character level.
It's disgusting.
So that gives, yeah.
Hat of
So
disguise, everybody! Hat of disguises!
Out of disguise?
What else we got? What else we got? Restoring rod. Everybody should have a restoring rod. Yeah.
What about a captive star amulet?
Storage goo. Storage goo.
I mean,
Skittermander Mystics concocted this goo long ago as a novelty. When not in use, storage goo is a ball of slightly luminous putty 6 inches in diameter with the consistency of soft chewing gum. Skittermander Mystics concocted it as a novelty long ago. The stuff's usefulness, especially for smuggling, has seen its manufacture spread throughout the Viscarium and across known space. As a standard action, you can squeeze the goo to activate it. If the goo isn't storing any items, it causes it to glow with blue light and remain active up to 1 minute. While the goo is active, you can store up to 1 bulk of objects within it without changing the goo's shape or size, as the objects appear to be deconstructed into blue light. You can store analog one-handed melee weapons, tools and other simple objects, provided the objects are no more complex than analog melee weapons and require no power. If you activate the goo that has stored objects inside it, those objects re-emerge almost as if being reconstructed in a display of blue light. If you're holding the goo when the objects re-emerge, you can have as many reappear in your hands as you have hands free, hence why Skittermanders are good at this, and the rest fall to the ground in your space. Once the goo releases stored objects, it turns to dust. That is such a random thing.
this is one of. You've described this thing before, right? This is definitely one of the. It was an idea from someone's game.
Yes.
Ones. I mean, very strong sense of that.
Okay, I've just linked one that puts counter spell in the game. Callum.
No.
And the level 13 variant is that you get to absorb the spell if you counter it,
Nice.
allowing you to recover a spell slot.
Nice.
Ooh, I like that.
There you go. It's a captive star. It contains a star.
Sold.
Just means you'll need to stop wearing that other amulet, buddy.
Ah.
Oh, that's the.
What other amulet have you got?
My secret amulet.
Got a secret amulet.
It contains a black hole, the secret amulet. How convenient.
Is it secret? Is it safe?
It's not safe. It is safe.
Oh, okay.
It's,
Okay, no.
No, I believe the first one. Sorry.
Why has nobody asked for an atrocity sphere?
I don't know what it is, but I like
What
the
is
sound
it?
of it.
What is it?
Sorry,
For
so
some reason.
3 paragraphs down. On each of your turns while you're berserk is how that paragraph starts, and that's the third one down.
Good, right? Okay, Godzilla Berserk.
Actually, that isn't even the third. Is it?
Oh,
The third?
it's
It's like the
level
fourth.
20, isn't it?
It's an artifact.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
level 20, according to the table.
It's disgusting.
And the cost is listed as priceless.
Yep. And the atrocity sphere must adjust to your soul by floating 3 inches above your head for 24 hours.
Yep, that sounds reasonable.
Wow. Wow. An atrocity sphere can be destroyed only by tossed into a star, a gas giant, black hole, or some equally massive gravitational phenomenon, like Zora's ass.
Oh.
Cultists of the Devourer say this annihilation is useless since the sphere will continue to be born until reality itself dies. That's pretty metal.
Alright, I just want the Book of Unwritten Truth.
Oh, I know you do, but you're not getting it. Not yet. Like, this is probably what Query's autobiography looks like.
Except useful.
Yeah. That was probably all relevant to his universe. It's a pretty cool book.
I completely.
Oh
forgot.
man, if you attempt to use the book to research the Gaunt, you gain 1 negative level.
It's like it's so typically Paizo, that isn't it? That.
Yeah.
Oh man, I forgot all about this. I didn't add a thing.
There's art for the Captive Star Amulet, by the way. I'll share as well. Just dump that in there after that. There you go. There's the art for it. That's cool. Okay, so
Oh, that's neat. Oh,
right. So do we have our level 13s yet?
yeah,
I
I'm taking that.
I don't, but maybe just, like I said, maybe just that crystal, unless you had
What crystal? I don't know. I don't know what crystal you need.
like the armor crystal we spoke about, but we never got to that. We never really figured out stats from. But just that, we'll figure out stats from later. I think it's going to come up later.
Where are the crystals in the book? Out of interest, not the armor ones, but the weapon ones.
Well, the weapon ones just basically add.
I know. Where are they? Yeah. I don't care about the stats. I need to see other things about them.
Long arms. There we are. 179 in the core. 180.
Okay, let's have a look. Do I actually have the core open? Of course I don't. Where is my core copy? I've got Armory and Pact Worlds open for some reason. Let's see.
Don't do a whole lot.
Where's
Basically just add
Are you my core book?
damage.
I think you're my core book. You are. What page? 17 something?
179 and 80. Basically just started 179.
Right, okay, so let me have a peek at those. Literally just, yeah. Let's see. Blast damage, severe wound, blah blah blah. Yeah. I don't know what we're translating, but sure. If you want that.
We'll figure it later. We'll figure that part out later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Always a good.
I feel like that would be a conversation between you and Bob, where,
Doesn't have to be much either. It's just fancy.
where you ask him about, you know, is there Solarian crystals? And and he'll go, well, you know, I found this, I traded for this a while ago, but no Solarian has ever been able to attune to it. Bullshit.
I'll give him a wee prod. The man a prod. Other than that, my list is fine. I'm cool. I don't need to get into it.
Michael, you're sorted too?
I was looking at another item, and I don't know if I've maybe already got plenty, but
Have you got up Mia?
the Mantle of Willpower, page 114, it's level 12.
Don't you already have a mantle on?
I don't think I've got.
don't
I
it's
think
like
my
it's called
armor
a
is
mantle.
called Mantle, but I don't think I actually have. Yeah, my armor model is Grave Mantle, but it's not actually a
And where's this other
magical
thing?
mantle. It's 114 Armory.
114 armory.
Mantle of Willpower. Garment that covers shoulders. Doesn't say anything about it not being wearable with armor. It's got my favourite phrase in the world.
Mind affecting effects. I actually read that earlier today and I laughed and I nearly sent it to the group, but I didn't because I was just crying blood at that point because of it.
Yeah.
So,
Like at the end of Halloween too.
You're
sure.
going to be four-legged. Weird.
Yeah.
It's pronounced 8-limbed. Okay.
Yes.
You're going to be an arachnid.
Yes. A
Oh,
flying
man.
arachnid.
A phase spider.
I compared him fitting into the
Sure,
corner of
someone's
a room to certain scenes from a
What?
certain movie, and it's only got more apt.
It's
For
like a
those of you who
spider
have seen
with centipede
that
shape.
particular movie, you know.
I fly, I have 8 limbs, I have 3 cannons, and I can phase through your bedroom wall.
Oh my god, man. I don't like it, man.
I'm the thing that best tell their children about to scare them.
Yeah, I don't like it, mate.
What, the Skittermanders?
Yes. Skittermander Extreme.
Oh dear, you're finally
That's
matching.
Aye.
You've went limb to limb with a CC. Finally. So, as for whatever the fuck else we're talking about, I don't see anything that says you can't have that, Lyco. So,
I like it.
yeah. So I guess we're done with the shopping adventure part of this game.
Wait a sec, Captain.
Let me just-
Have you got resistant hide?
What is this?
Oh, it's a biotech enhancement level 13 that gives you increased resistance. So you can get like.
I've already got a level 13 thing now. But
Oh, okay.
I will look into this.
Yep.
At level 13.
Get yourself some super tough skin that makes you even harder to burn.
Cool. I like that because I've got like 35.
What is your plan at some point to throw Zora into the sun? Like,
Mate, the whole
Well,
point
he's
is so
planning
I
to
can,
stand very near
ranged
Zek.
supernova myself and not hurt myself.
Yeah. Also, I
That's
wanted to
good.
fight the sun.
So eventually you just go live with the demons on the sun.
And
Right.
basically be laser rifle immune. Because why not be laser rifle immune in the future, right?
I mean, you've
Like-
seen people with it in the past, and it's pretty good. So,
It's quite bitching, man.
Mhm.
Like, I'm an adapter, you see. Like, I'm an adapting, like, sort of.
Oh, we know.
Like a best class.
yeah, like I think it's just you. You're the first one to adapt. Yep,
Yeah.
you're the Bora Horza of this. You know. So, good. I think you have truly ripped the arse off Bob. So,
I love it, Ryan. You did great there.
I know.
That's good. Look, listen, he got like a good chunk of dragon for that.
Mhm.
That's a good deal. These are just guns and armor and shit. Replaceable.
It's
Dragons.
it's
You have
when-
to kill a dragon to get those.
it's when you weigh up the. What did we actually just give away?
Eh.
If I've okayed all of this.
I've got a chance to get some money now.
To be fair though, like you actually now have what I'd call a reasonable attempt at hitting an AC again. Because keep in mind, my numbers go up when yours go up. So, yeah, it's nice because it feels like these level 7 items were the reason that Starfinder expected you to be able to hit anything. You know those upgrades things, whatever they're called. The +4 to stats, so you can hit stuff with.
I'm
Yeah.
just going to assume we're dumping our current gear.
Uh,
Selling it.
Not every day is, I don't think. But you can just trade it to him as part of this if you wanted it just to be smoother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, every spare
Ever
armor I've
convenient.
had has actually came in handy and I've gave it to somebody.
If you want to give him stuff, in addition, you can get like 25% of its original cost back.
It's not worth it at this stage. I'll just kill him and take everything.
I mean, you could, but then if you kill him, he pops.
Oh god. Is it? Well, if I hide him in a null space chamber.
I think it's
Should I spend
not
my
powerful
other
enough.
4 points? Constitution?
Sorry?
I like that you took these without knowing you had like
Well, I
stats.
knew I wanted Dex. Dex
What
20 was
even
always
these things?
happening.
I think I've missed this. Like, what these things that you've even putting in? Like, you're getting
Oh, it's not
stats.
great. Just +4 to stat.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's Dex and Con.
Broken.
So,
Sorry, brain.
so over there on Twitch, we're doing amazing space shopping adventures in Starfinder. It's good. We're going to take a break now and come back at 9.
My HP doesn't
Um,
seem to have increased as a result.
And then
though.
we'll actually.
So we'll see everybody soon. Bye Twitch for a bit and we'll come
Goodbye.
back.
Get back to it, button. Get back.
Okay, so welcome to Starfinder, the Fragments of Eternity. You know, that thing we do. Session 75, Part 2, Ryan the GM. It's the 2nd of November 2020. Here are some players.
I am Nico. I'm playing Zora, the Vest Captain.
Hi, Nico.
Hi.
I'm Colin. I'll be your resident sneaky spooky altogether cookie space cop coast to coast like Quint.
Yeah. Yep.
Badger.
He's muted.
Oh, he will be. Don't know what I mean by that.
Zig, you might just want to go now.
Hi, I'm Zig, and I'm Callum, and I'll be playing Zig, the mystical space rat who can do magics and things, who grew up near the sun.
Yeah, good enough, right? Who doesn't want to grow up near the sun? Me, actually,
Yeah.
to be fair. That sounds kind of awful.
I like being reasonably far away from it.
Yeah, like, I
I
feel
feel like I'm a good distance just now. Like,
Yeah. I don't mind being slightly closer, like when we rotate a bit. But
yeah, I think there's like.
there's a happy medium from where I am now to where I'd like to be. Because, you know, it is quite cold, actually, just now, where I am. It was nicer a couple of months back when it was warmer, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire resistance, I've got it, by the way, right? I don't know if
Where we want to be?
Yep,
Yes.
welcome back. So we're live again. It's you now.
Great. It is I, the weird, of Android and Mechanicus fame.
He's also sometimes known as Alex.
Occasionally, rarely.
Sometimes, yeah.
Lately, Badger has been a regular one as well.
I did just shout that at you.
Yeah. Mostly because of Among Us.
Mm.
Playing with randomers.
The Badger. Okay, good. So, after you have, you know, raided the warehouse, yeah, how are you getting all this stuff back?
Do you have a cart that we could borrow? A hover sled?
And he kind of just starts, like, you know, thinking to himself, and he goes, perhaps if
Alright,
you're...
I'm going to carry mine in my space chamber.
Now, can you actually fit it all in?
I mean, it's a 9 by 9 by 9 foot cube. With we have look. Magic items.
Like,
In
I
which 100 bulk.
100 bulk. Okay.
I
And
can fit all of my stuff at least.
yeah, I was going to say, like, at least your stuff, but, like, what is the biggest bulk you'll have? Your armor, maybe?
Yep. And my armor is. Where is it? My armor is 30 bulk. Yeah, my armor is 30 bulk.
Okay.
What my heavy weapons might be.
Yeah, what are your heavy weapons as well? They should be some bulk.
They are chunky, but the technical term.
Yeah.
Thick, I believe, is the
Like
accepted term.
3 or 4 max. I'll look at it. So 3 for that.
So we're saying comfortably you can get your crap in.
2. Oh yeah, I think I can get all mine into half of it.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one for everyone.
Okay.
I mean, Zora probably sell the D-suit that he's got because he doesn't have any attachment to a D-suit. It's just a D-suit. So that gets rid of that.
Mhm.
I can just put the armor on, you know, just strip it in front of everybody because I'm a
A lizard.
wizard
Yeah.
warrior and don't care about that sort of shit.
You were hatched naked, okay?
Yeah,
so.
yeah, exactly.
Some of
Technically,
my
I'm always
best
naked.
friends were
just
born
don't know it.
naked.
Only some of them, though.
Yeah. I wouldn't like to speak for everyone.
Honestly, yeah, I should be good as well to just carry all my stuff back as well.
A what, sorry?
I should be able to just carry all my stuff. I can just sell my
Yeah,
guns
sure.
as well, because it's just a fucking
Tell you what, yeah, I'll give him. I'll
laser
give
rifle.
him the sure and eye if he. I don't know.
If he's into it.
It's a good little gesture. There you go.
Okay.
Just a wee bit of Yoxian tech.
Yeah,
Was
cute.
it? No, it wasn't Sharon. It's Sharon
Sharon
tech.
Sharon-
It's Sharon tech.
Sorry, what was that? Weird.
I said, here, Q-Bob, clear up this dump of obsolete gear we're dumping in.
For some reason, I thought you said Shakira.
Shakira. Yep.
Shakira.
Anyway, right. So, Bob licks his lips, obviously, and goes, "Is there anything else we could discuss?"
If we find, will you be wanting that?
What are you asking? Sorry. Or a bit
Yeah, if
mumbled.
we find more dragon, will you want that?
Yes. Just very quickly, blatantly, yes.
Yeah.
Correct answer.
I don't suppose you've got any Solarian crystals in your stock as well. Couldn't really see them in this massive, quite fine technology.
Right, so now you want to RP that scene?
I mean, alright. I mean,
That's fine. It's fine.
Alright, cool.
You can. I thought we'd had that. Like we ticked that
Alright.
box. Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, are we just montaging that? I thought we were just. I thought we were like, cool.
No,
RP
we're
is
good.
bad.
Yep.
We're done now.
Yep.
Done now.
The shopping's done. Yep.
Get more slabbering.
Yep.
Cool.
Plus,
So,
he'd
never
pick
mind.
it up and hand it to you, and you don't want that in this scene. So
Find that over
Yeah.
We'll get it. We'll just put it in
yeah.
a box somewhere that's
Mhm.
probably covered in lead.
No, but you can roll perception if you want.
Sure. Cool. Bonk.
Cool. There is a bloody mark inside the box that has the crystal.
Probably killed. Taken from a man's hands.
Or it's barbecue sauce. Who knows?
Probably. Or grease that seeps out of his veins. It's disgusting.
Well, you didn't need to deal with him. You know a bunch of arms dealers.
Yeah, but I mean,
Use convenient.
it's most convenient.
He's the most convenient food.
Besides, that's provided us with some interesting information.
I think so.
That's actually. Yeah, so I guess are we allowed to ask him anything else?
Don't know, dudes. That's what you asked, basically, didn't you?
No, this is perfectly fine. Good.
Yeah, good
It's
stuff.
a pleasure doing business.
Like was stroking the gun.
Everybody looks just kitted out in their new anime outfits. Yep. And he rubs his hands and he kind of like starts to like rub his, like I guess chin sack, and kind of nods. And he goes, "Mr. Quint, if I could if we could have a word in, the both of us."
Sure. Give me 1 second, guys. And I will wander towards him and see where he leads.
Yeah, he actually just stands where he is and he waves everybody else down the corridor, out the door of the warehouse. As you just wheel your gear away. Or just
something
like play catch with the cube,
Eoxian related, perhaps.
And he goes, "Well, I wouldn't like to, force presumptions upon you, Mr. Quint. You, a little bird has tweeted, so to speak, in my ear, that you might be visiting a less than hospitable place soon." He just looks at you with like, shiny eyes.
Go on.
If this is indeed true, I would be most interested in acquisition opportunities.
course.
He like takes his hanky out and starts patting his forehead again. And he says, the rarities of such a barren planet is very well protected, you see, by the eternal, and that's just like the eternal, like, is it convocation? I think they're called, where like the Council of Bone Sages, basically.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like maybe the eternal convocation. It might be,
Something.
but he just says the eternal, And,
Fix it in post.
Yeah, sure. And nobody plays Starfinder enough to know that. And then they're too busy working out how the poison rules work. So he like pats himself like he's under intense interview pressure, and he says, "The your proximity to one of the bone sages is not unknown to me." And he kind of
When
like
you say proximity.
And he kind of like just blends his hands together, like his fingers just like click, and just kind of like motions towards you. He goes, "You played ambassador, I believe, to one of their own."
That is correct. Unfortunately, that particular bone sage is no longer among the living, as it were.
Oh, good gods, no. Hopefully, the the acquisition opportunities, however, you seem like a man with friends in need of things often.
Unreal.
Your ship's waves vaguely in orbit could perhaps be upgraded if need be. I have friends in that line of acquisition, as it were. I am interested in one item specifically, but would consider many Eoxian relics. But
And I want to try. Would this be a bluff, right? Because Lyco obviously is probably the least informed on what electroencephalons do, but that's what he thinks he's saying. So if I were to say, obviously you're referring to an electroencephalon, would Lyco be able to say that with confidence?
do you want to roll sense morph?
Be an ass pull. Okay, sense motive.
Yeah, I think you can reasonably guess that's where that's going, right?
So I will then say, an electroencephalon by any chance you're looking for.
He just coughs into his hanky really quickly. Like, yes.
I have
The value of such an item. I could retrofit an entire ship with the payday that would bring. I perhaps could even provide a ship if it sold well.
that is interesting. When you now obviously many people are interested in these for reasons. Must ask, is there a specific individuals?
I mean, he kind of like shakes his head a bit and his chins wobble again, and he just says, I mean, I wouldn't be a very good professional if I were to say much more now, would I, Mr. Quint? He kind of just like nods at you, and I mean, he either tried to blink or he's just getting tired.
I see. It's something we can potentially retrieve, but yeah, it's always difficult to have the right thing if you don't know what it is.
Quite.
There are no doubt many of them in Eox and well guarded, but they should be numerous. I mean, the Bone Sages were numerous.
And Ken nods and he goes, and you don't forget that not all were active.
Indeed.
And he kind of
You're
just like
right.
nods at you like hungrily, like he understands that could be like a massive fucking payday. He goes, these are very dangerous and illegal items. The wrath of Eox would be swift behind them.
Of course, only Eox has any, as far as I know.
I would quite enjoy seeing somebody excuse the use of one if found. And he kind of like chuckles to himself. That sounds just like coughing.
I assume then that you have heard we may intend to journey to the Ox.
I don't pay much attention to rumors, and he chuckles again to himself.
Yeah,
And he obviously again, maybe he's winking at you, but he just seems to be blinking every time.
yeah. Well, we will see what we find.
And kind of like nods slowly, and he goes, "I appreciate good business partners." He just nods vaguely.
I think we've had a very lucrative exchange here.
Quite, yes, quite. He just grins. Maybe too much.
I
And he just
had
stares.
best catch up with my colleagues.
Yes, I will accompany you out. And he just slowly shuffles along with you.
No.
Yeah. So, any more business with Cubob, or you just want to leave Cubob's?
Yes, far away from you.
Far away.
Thank you.
Okay, so just dump everything in the shuttle.
Yep.
Okay, so you get back to the shuttle. What now?
But they got any business in Daza? You're in Daza, right? You were in Daza.
That's where he is. Yep.
Yeah, I suspect we might. Come on, guys.
Huh?
Gotta assume he's here.
He can that like sense motive to tell if he means Edgar or something? Because I think he means Edgar.
Oh, he means Edgar. Yeah.
Like,
You might need to sense motive to tell that. You might have other ideas. I don't know.
I don't know. I'll just ask he.
You know, Edgar.
Ah, just the stain. The stain.
Well, that's something we're gonna have to deal with eventually. I thought while we were here, but it might take more time than we have, considering we have.
We need to deal with Edgar. We need to speak to the man. Can't he just rot? Do whatever he's doing. Rotting.
I'm not sure he can rot, Captain.
Yeah, he's pretty heavily irradiated. If you don't think we need to speak with him, well, fine. We can leave that, but I do think there's a lot of strange stuff going on that I am certainly some involvement in.
Might know something about the weapon, I guess. Maybe he wouldn't mind stepping on some Aspis toes.
Yeah.
I guess we can go speak to Edgar.
Okay. Is this a team effort then? Because I feel like I want to cut back to Zig.
That was not meant.
He just jetpacks in the shuttle.
Jump getaway.
That was not meant.
Just bounces around inside the shuttle a bit.
I kind of want to. I do feel we should speak to And Seth, I came here for a reason. There's something
Plus, Zig is still on the Azure Flare, guys.
deeply wrong. I mean the. Why don't we? Actually, if we split as a group, would I be able to get the memory healed, or would just be with us?
No,
I mean,
full plan that
considering she was able to sense when crewmates turned up in orbit for you, I mean...
Yeah, she'd probably be fine with just a couple of us.
If you remember who doesn't remember, you know?
Okay, you know what I'll say? Why don't we split the crew? A couple of us go the ship, Rameseth's ship. A couple of us look for Edgar. Everyone that's currently holding the fort holds the fort.
I mean, there's currently 3 of you in the shuttle right now.
I'll take Rameseth out.
Cool.
Yep, how resistant to radiation are you?
Not very.
Because remember, there's the getting to Rameseth's crash site.
It's alright. Like,
Yeah, I'll
we'll
be
do
with
the maze, right? Like,
I'll
we'll
be.
do the
There's no doubt where Lyco's going.
slippery.
I just thought he was going to send Zora alone. Like, there you go. There's the post-it note of what to say. Okay, right. What's the plan for Weird in that case?
Did you have, like, some friends on this planet you wanted to speak to?
Perhaps they could help.
Yes, although their chances of recognising me are getting slimmer by the day.
Well, if you keep on adding limbs.
Yeah. Interested in your look, by the way.
It's when he decides to cut himself in half. That's the part I'm waiting on. Maybe you should go see Naz McEcklick to get that done.
That's a good idea.
Right? Like, just think about that. Like, that feels like a good idea. Getting him to install...
It'd be a great place for us to meet back up as well, actually.
You should be able to know that. You should be able to find that, yeah.
There you go. What was Zig? What's his plan on the Azure Flare? He's gonna break radio silence.
I wish we came up with a plan for meeting up after this. How many days have we got left before?
Half a day.
Half a day.
Half a day.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah.
Probably not enough time to actually go to Rameseth right now, if I'm honest. That's not the other side of the planet.
We might have to put it off, yeah, you're right. How about... No. We'll talk about that after Zig has decided.
It just depends how close you want to park at Rameseth is, right?
Let's not do that. Don't trust anybody's piloting skills enough for that.
Because I think Zig would, like, if it's just half a day, I think Zig would, at least want to be, like, someone needs to be there, or like, around for when he shows up. And if the party don't get back, that's when you can start worrying.
Perhaps we actually just forbode hackathon this till we're back. We'll know, because we don't really have a great amount of time to do it unless there is an immediate in Daza. Guess we go look a bit for like Edgar, but
narratively it might be valuable for me to go and speak to Naz McEcklick to explain some developments.
Get a new scan done for comparison reasons, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to take like a full day unless he like knocks you out, and that's just a good problem at that point.
I was gonna say, like, in terms of things that will take time, Weird will take time. Like, cutting a person in half and gluing 4 legs instead of the original 2 legs on, yeah. That's gonna be a while, so if you need Weird to do anything first, you want him to do it before he gets himself cut in 2.
Alright, yeah, you've not actually had your... Okay, so that's...
No, because he...
on my comment. No, they make sense already anyway.
Yeah.
There's no need for the retcon now. Fine.
Like, he is about to get himself cut in two so he can have cybernetic legs. There's just 4 of them.
So.
Which,
Right, okay.
which isn't nothing, you know?
Let's all just meet back up once you're intact again, and then we can speak with Babak. Deal with everything later. Time is. What the hell is Zig doing? I don't know. It's.
Yeah, we're talking days, by the way, for the recovery time.
Oof, we're gonna have to speak to him without him. Okay, that's fine.
Or you just put off getting the legs implanted until you spoke to me if that was a concern.
I mean, do you want? I mean, Weird obviously is not, wasn't present in the initial thing, but I would feel like he would want to be included. But I don't know. Maybe he doesn't give a shit.
Don't know. What's Alex's thoughts on any of this?
You really want legs.
Yeah, if that is the priority,
No.
which does make sense, to be fair.
And like, here is a diagram for use on the Discord of what he's literally putting on. Like, so see that other half that isn't the blue person? That's the part he's cutting out of himself.
Here's the diagram.
I know the blue person isn't exactly accurate to the additional arms you have, but
I'm pretty sure I've already had my ears and eyes done, so it's fine.
It's like a manicure.
There you go.
I actually did do an edit. It's a terrible edit, but it's an edit nonetheless.
Why does it have
I don't know.
butterfly
I don't know.
heads?
It's
I
like,
don't
is
know
it?
what I meant by that.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, but here we are. So
I quite like my little illustration. I'll be honest with you.
I actually don't see it. Don't know where you've put it.
It's in
Oh.
Starfinder, Fragments of Eternity.
Oh dear. Of course. Yep. Of course it is. Yep. Fair. Right. So-
Okay. Well, you can use that time to do that, and we can. Do we need Zig first? Do we want a Zig? Is
Keep-
that wise?
Keep in mind, whatever you want Weird to do in regard to, like, say, the Kivalari or in terms of Eox, remember this will be a significant amount of recovery time depending on Nazmakeklik's skill and Morty.
Do you want to go help heal him, Zig? Because you need to go and see about your blood being wrong or whatever the fuck.
That's in.
Yeah, that's in Hive Market.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
See, that was the thing. I was like, oh, I'll just jump down and do that. And then I'm like, oh, wait, that's in the wrong place. It's quite
It's
annoying.
not your fault, and yet somehow.
Yep.
Okay, well, you know what?
Keep in mind,
That's fine.
if you just get Zig to, like, shuffle down from the Azure Flare, that's slightly less suspicious than, yous going to the Azure Flare or contacting the Azure Flare in some way. If you just get a
Mhm.
message to, like, Zig's specific comm.
It's not a bad idea, and also probably something that would occur to me. So, you know what? If you don't mind, I'll comm Zig.
Cool. But before you do that, Zig. What did you, Edgar, and Isabel talk about?
Right.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Because obviously you can prep him for this particular conversation he's about to walk into.
That's true. So we're at. I
He's-
can't remember where we were.
he's
It
went
doesn't matter where we were.
I was going to say, you went for noodles, and then it really doesn't matter after that.
Um.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna kind of look at Edgar and just say, what is the possibility of actually securing this egg?
And he's like stuffing noodles in his mouth. He looks at you and he goes, in what way is it, in danger. What do you think could survive the reactor?
I don't know. I feel like if we needed to move it, could we?
Kind of like rubs the back of his neck. And just gives you like a, it's gonna cost you kind of look. Oof, there's your problem. And he looks at you and he says, I'll be honest, I don't even know if I would survive the. And he just kind of looks at you and looks at it, like off into like the center of Daza, like down the street, towards like the big like center of it. And he says, I'd like to think I would, but he kind of like tilts his head side to side. And shoves more noodles in his face.
Okay. My concern is, and I think he would kind of look at Isabel.
Isabel, yep, there we go.
Got there in the end.
Yep.
Little Izzy.
Yep.
And just say, my concern, it's just kind of occurred to me that just because the NIDA has access to a vault, because of time, or does that necessarily mean it's the same one?
Edgar, while munching, looks at who's the Nida? Full of noodles.
Dry Queen, not the other dry, the older Dry Queen. They're sisters.
Yeah, he just raises an eyebrow and like, oh.
So if we can't stop them from stop it from getting the void egg, we need to be able to stop it from getting this one. I would kind of like that contingency. He's kind of scratching like the back of his head.
Even though he's in a spacesuit.
Yeah, in the spacesuit.
Yeah, and Isabel looks very briefly at Edgar and then at you and says, not many things are going to survive the reactor core itself, which I would assume is where the egg is housed if the radiation coming from it is indeed the egg source. However, and she looks over at Edgar and goes, you're a maybe. In terms of threats, your former boss? And he looks and he just like shrugs. He goes, while like swallowing down noodles. He goes, Naracus is well, I don't really know what the effect of radiation has on just raw nightmare fuel. He kind of shakes his head and looks up a bit and shivers and then just goes back to eating noodles.
I don't know.
Yeah, right. I mean, last you seen of Maracas was like shattered bits of her on a diner.
Yeah.
Like she was made of crystal.
She's not dead.
I mean, it's weird that she was made of like weird black crystal, and then the stuff on the Kevalaria was weird red crystal. That's a strange coincidence.
I think Sig would actually go to say, I was under the impression that she was dead without act, but then, stopping himself before he says it. I was under the... And then I think he'd kind of like, drift off into that, like...
Zig space.
You're not asked what she actually is.
It's actually not a bad idea. I think he will. He'll do that. I have this like image of like
from
Twilight
the past.
Edward, ghost showing up and going, "No, don't do it." We've got Lyko going, "Why don't you ask this?"
So, out of all the ghosts you could have picked, you picked Twilight ghosts?
Yes.
Yeah, that reference means nothing to me. Sorry.
Oh, good.
Like
You're
Star
all
Wars
very
ghosts,
fortunate.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like,
No.
man.
No. Twilight's really good, everyone.
Big Ben.
I'm just gonna kick him from the game, right? He's had a good run,
No,
so...
I'm joking. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Mhm.
Not a funny one. Yeah, he'd just say. I mean, oh, actually, I don't even know how to word it.
Hmm.
What's the polite way of saying?
There
What
is-
is it?
There isn't one.
What exactly is your former boss? Thanks. Yeah.
He looks at you and he goes, what do you mean?
Other than Nightmare Fuel.
Oh, old. Way older than me. Can I just mention?
Specific, like, race or type of being, like a bone sage or a dead thing or a living thing.
He kind of laughs as you're saying all that, like into like his munching of his whatever is left of his noodles.
I think he's just like continues to kind of list off like
Mm-hmm.
things.
And he's like, those are all like things, you know. And he taps the side of his like cardboard carton of noodles, and then he says, Narakis is more of a. And he just waves his hand in the air and like does motions as if it's like that on stream. That's how he answers your question.
Okay. I think. Oh, I don't know how Zig's gonna take it. I think he maybe takes that as. Yeah, my stream's just caught up. Now I get it.
There you go. Yep. Yeah, Narakis is more, you know.
Non-thing. Ethereal.
And kind of like nod goes, yeah, like a non-thing.
Non-thing.
And kind of looks at you like, yeah.
Is Marcus the only non-thing, or are there other non-things non-thingying around?
Yeah, they mostly keep to themselves.
Hmm.
He just says, like, shrugging it off.
No. I think Zig would attempt to ask, well, he would describe to Edgar the Kivalari doobly-doos. I don't know how to describe them in real life.
I mean,
are they kind of like,
yeah,
is there, or do you know what
things that are like stuff?
Things that are like red crystally foam things that lived but don't live and have, when they're
He's
dead,
gonna say
crystal
Lyco, isn't he?
bones.
like Lyco if he was a broken ruby.
Yeah.
And then he goes, I think she's from Halas. I think.
No. Do I know what that means?
Roll
As in, does the
culture.
culture. Come on, baby.
What did we get? Oh, that's a good roll. Look at that.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I put some points into culture.
Right, okay. So.
Gamer.
Yeah, right, look at that.
Gamer, man.
Well,
culture's a useful strategy.
Should stick something in culture. Yeah, please.
My favourite part about this picture I'm about to show you guys is the fact that it says not to scale at the bottom. So.
Let me open that. Alice. Okay. Okay.
Right. It's even highlighted it for you.
I know, that's lovely.
So, in terms of, does Zig know anything
Definitely
about
not
that?
just skill. A lot more interesting if it was.
Like the giant space station.
Yeah, I was going to say that. The planetary size space station.
What's interesting about this place, right? This is Liavara, right? It's not considered a member of the Pact Worlds. It's considered like I want to say like a confederation under Bravada or something, or whatever the word is that Bravada look after it.
Protectorate.
Yeah, that's it. So it's a protectorate of Bravada, which, rule it because of that, which is interesting. So Liavara isn't technically a Pact Worlds, it's a Pact Worlds protectorate, not a Pact Worlds member or world,
Okay.
which is so useless in terms of information, other than anything that you want to actually happen there needs to go through Bravada.
I mean, Callum personally does want to go to the Rose Garden.
Yeah.
And actually anywhere on that, like, that bit that's just cut off at the top.
Yeah, like there's a lot of cool places on there. Big space station and everything there. So in terms of your culture thing, for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason you know about the Silver Drake, which is in that space station, which is the Roselight area, right? In there, that's like the bubble city, if you will, that purple thing. The thing that you can't see on that, which I'll share now with you, that nobody at home can see because I've not put this onto the game yet, because who knew this was going to come up in conversation. The thing about Silver Drake, that is a Aspis Consortium office, if you will, like a massive like corporation HQ vibe, and that is where they assist the police in governing the place and keeping it safe. So the very fact that like Aspis Consortium HQ kind of seems to be there, and she's apparently from Hallis, isn't a coincidence, right?
Definitely not.
Beyond that, I don't think there's anything super important to know about Hallis that I can see from the actual Pact Worlds book.
Cool.
I don't know if it was covered in the core book, but I don't see anything in the Pact Worlds book that really points it out. Yeah.
Sorry, more or less caught most of the Liavara, whatever it is.
Liavara.
Chat there.
Yeah. So
Very
other things that you might know just from rumours as well, Zig, on that is the strange lights are often seen, like the way mermaid sightings are seen on Hala or Hallis, I should say. And that's attributed to like strange creatures as well in the seas of, in the atmospheres of Hallis. So there you go, buddy. There is what you get.
Okay.
As for there being any actual living things, I mean, you could read into that if you wanted, but I mean, she also could just be a cloud, the way Edgar described it, or just, LSD. So yeah, there you go, buddy. Now, if you ever decide to go if you ever go study Hallis, maybe there's more information to get.
That's fine. I think he kind of takes up more of a mental note to maybe ask his team if they know anything about Alice and stuff, and whether or not it could be linked to Red Goo stuff.
Nothing that from your cultural would link red goo to Alice in your mind, but that's
Oh, right,
also.
okay. No, I was just thinking.
But
because,
again, that's also just because it's a cultural and not any actual useful rule.
yeah, but from the
There are no legends of the red goo.
no, but thingy's kind of like, what was it, black crystally stuff?
Yes, because remember her
That's for
her
his, like,
her legs are like crystal points. Remember?
oh yeah, that's right.
Like they go down into like pointed crystal. So she actually stands on like pinpoints essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, she has black
It's
crystal.
on pinpricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people crystals is where his brain went for that.
Yeah.
So,
Pistols.
I don't remember what I was going to say now.
The vibe that I went for was based on Victoria Medeska, who's a performer who works in her prosthetic leg into her look, which is kind of fucking awesome.
That's really cool.
Yep. And
That's really cool.
that's where the idea for Emma's legs came from. Yeah. So anyway, besides her.
Anyway, I think Zig would say if we were to involve, and then you would kind of like let it hang in the air and kind of not even say her name, just kind of thingy. He says, I don't. Quite frankly, I probably don't need more reasons for everyone to mistrust me. I don't think that the crew have a specific liking for her. Also, that's really cool.
Mhm.
But do you think she would be able to?
He kind of looks at it and he goes, out of the people I know, probably the best bet. He kind of just
Okay.
looks at it and goes, and I don't say this lightly, I know some weird people.
In case you
believe it.
didn't mention, it might be worth noting that I think we can think of someone who could probably walk straight in there.
Hmm. Hmm.
Who might that be, Lyco? Besides weird.
I phase materials.
Well, I'm thinking.
The
you
goblin.
didn't mention the Eoxian, right? Or the Elibrian.
Well, yeah,
Mm.
but I don't want.
Okay, that's fine.
I
Just,
don't want
I'm
the
pretty sure
Elibrian
that
to
thing
go
can
in
waltz
there.
in anywhere it fancies.
Unless you know what, maybe I will go speak to the Elibrian.
Yes, do it.
He's like third on my speed dial.
How long have I had his number for? Yeah.
Look,
Ryan, I
any
calmed
of
the
it-
Elibrian.
What timeline was it you met up with him and had a chat? Yeah.
I think queries
You
the key to
52.
that one.
Yo, you're on with Urgalas.
No, okay, I think Zig would say, okay. Well, this is a last resort, but hopefully, if we can't get to the void egg, then feel happier if we can move it. No need to involve them now, but if it comes to it, I would appreciate it.
He looks goes, appreciate what?
If you reconvened with your old employer. And he takes a step back as if he's going to get like rainbow dragoned in the face.
And he just finishes eating his noodles and then throws the thing in the bin next to the stand and goes, yeah, I don't see that happening. Strange thing to admit, but I don't have a death wish.
Okay. Well, do you know how to contact her?
Yes. And he like reaches into like his, jacket, pulls out his business card holder, and he hands you and goes, "It'll probably direct you to whoever has my job now. Just ask for their boss." And he hands you like
Takes
the
it and
yeah.
just takes it quite hurriedly and kind of like puts it like tries to put it in a safe place that like he doesn't want to accidentally like find it.
Yeah, it's also made
Let
of
alone
hard.
anyone else.
It's made of hard light, and it just floats there. Like when you hold it. So it's it's unnecessarily high tech for a business card.
He's gonna stuff in his cheek pouch.
It's the safest place.
It is the safest place. I need to take a note. That's in there. God damn it.
I feel like he gave it. I think he gave somebody a business card before as well.
Probably me or some shit.
Yeah, I feel like he did give it, and it was some bullshit I described then. Probably completely different when I described it then, but unless somebody's going to look for it.
Some old ones
It'll be like
over.
You know when you get like the taster packs of business cards, they send you like one of every one.
No, I don't know that, but I'll trust you.
Never had a business card made? No.
No,
Weird.
never heard of business
You
or
did-
cards.
Weirdly, you don't actually. There's no prerequisite to needing a business to get the business cards.
Yeah, anyway.
Right. So,
It's got business, but
bussiness. Anything else you wanna clear up with Edgar, other than nothing about when he meets them?
I don't think it would cross his mind that everyone else would actually go looking for Edgar.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fair.
I think he would just say, "Yeah, you're doing a good job."
Okay.
He smiles like he kind of is mentally like I think like as he's leaving he says that.
And he kind of goes, "Thank you," like confused, not
Yeah.
realizing like that you're. It's like okay, just acknowledging that because as far as he's concerned, he's just stood about, right, taking in info.
In Zig's mind, it's like well, because obviously he's like he's like had to take these sleeping stuff. And he's having a rough time. So
No, it's like I think it's just that you're showing concern, and maybe this isn't something that Edgar's ever really had a lot of, right? So he's just taken aback a bit. So yeah, that's nice. I think Isabel then prompts him, like, we shouldn't hang around here too long. And maybe he's head back up.
Yeah.
Good. So yeah, I think we click back to Zig. You're on the Azure Flare and your Congos.
I think he's like maybe like he was like starting to like meditate or something, and it goes off, and then
It's like
everyone goes, "Oh, hi,
Zig.
Michael."
Hey. So we are kind of shorter on time than maybe we thought. We're trying to figure out exactly what we're planning for the meet up with Babak. We thought you might like to be present for it.
Definitely.
Can you shuttle down to us?
You don't need to tell me twice.
Okay, that's great. We'll I suppose we can see where's a good meeting spot. That's McKechlicks maybe, if you're in there anywhere weird.
I mean, wouldn't it be quicker if you went to wherever you're going?
I mean, we could do, but I don't. Did we have a determined meeting place? I don't recall.
Hive Market?
The Hive Market?
I mean, that's...
Oh shit.
Or it could be, don't know, it depends where you want to go with it. If you want to go see Ramasethu and stuff like that, you maybe want to actually go and get all that, like, every day together. It just depends what you actually want to achieve. Like, this is...
I do want to go and see Ramasethu, but I don't think we have time to do it first.
Yeah, I don't know. There could be hold-ups doing that.
As I said, you know where the ship is now, so you could just park closer.
I'm sort of agnostic about what we do in the meantime. Like, it doesn't... Agnostic, that's not what I mean to say.
I know what you mean. Ambivalent.
Yeah, maybe ambivalent. We're close to it. So yes, the idea of heading over to Hive Market. It's maybe not the worst if we have the time to do that.
So
What kind of time did it take us to get to Hive Market? It was a few hours, wasn't it?
it depends how fast you burn the engines and how good your piloting is.
Given that, do we want to maybe just hunker down and wait it out, and
I mean, you can skip to Babak if you want.
I mean, maybe we just do the barback thing, and then we've got all the time in the world, right? We don't need to squeeze it in.
I think that's I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, everybody else happy with that?
Yeah.
So, is your conversation with Zig now? In fact, stay there, or are you going to have him?
Well, I was gonna say stay. I wouldn't say stay there because I don't know that he's here.
He's on the Azure Flare.
Sure, but we're not meeting in the Azure Flare.
No, but you know he's on the Azure Flare because it's where he should be, according to your
Well, I
version
think
of the
he's in
plan.
Azure Flare.
Maybe just go pick
But
him up.
maybe I want him down. Well, we don't want to fly up and attract attention, like going back and forth. Minimum amount would be best.
Exactly. So if you want Zig for the Babak meeting, is basically this is the decision you're making now.
Yeah, I'll just reiterate. Yeah, come down and meet us. Where are we?
Daza.
Yeah, we're Daza. Sorry.
I'll bring the map. I'll bring the map up because
We're not too far from that guy, Bob.
Let's bring this back up.
You'll be able to find this pretty easy.
I'll get rid of our timeline drawings. Maybe I
All
won't.
good.
Okay.
All right. Catch you
I'll
shortly.
leave straight away.
Cool.
Okay, so is the plan for you to shuttle down, Zig, and then leave the shuttle? Or are you going to have somebody else take the shuttle back up to the Azure Flare? What is the actual plan regarding the Azure Flare?
I'm trying to remember who's with me. I've got Zenaida,
Isabel,
Isabel,
and I think you've got Query.
Query.
I'll
I think I'll take Query down and Query can fly it back up.
interesting
sure.
theory.
I'm gonna ask him.
Okay, yeah. So
Query.
Sora.
Yeah.
The other one.
Sorry, Zig. Yeah, Zig.
Yes.
Yeah.
How's your confidence flying a shuttle?
How should it be? He looks worried.
Are you confident that you could take the shuttle from Daza back up to the ship?
Where is Daza?
Well, I'll take you down to Daza and you can fly it back.
Okay. And he just stares at you.
It saves me having to leave the shuttle in Daza. We need it back on the ship, preferably.
Okay.
Are you capable of doing this?
You need me to do it? Yeah?
I feel like I don't need to roll sense motive to know that he's not confident in this.
You can roll sense motive if you want.
Roll it.
Can I roll
Roll
sense
it.
motive? Is it a lack of... Oh, God.
Right, so maybe you do think he's just not confident. Maybe that's all you're getting. Yeah.
I mean, I can get someone else to do it if you prefer.
No, if you need me, I'll manage. He looks at you.
I think Ziggle... Maybe get just out of pity. Okay. Yeah, so we need to fly down just now, and then once I'm off, you can fly it back whenever you're ready.
Okay.
We're down a shuttle, boys. Down a shuttle.
He kind of like nods.
I guess
and
I'll give him like a...
scratches his like
maybe
platinum
talk
beard.
through everything I'm doing as I'm doing it when we're flying down.
Yep, yeah, and he's like, "Yep, cat in the furnace. Be fine." He keeps saying that to you.
It'll be fine.
He just keeps
I
saying
won't
that
be
to
on
you.
the ship when he destroys it.
and he just says, "Okay, when do you want to leave?"
Now, please.
Oh, you're the one flying us down, right? And he just looks at you awkwardly. Okie dokie.
Go. And I guess I roll piloting.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's a good start. Yeah, it's a reasonable attempt to getting to Daza. Yeah, you've got to pay the docking fee.
Yeah, might as well.
Yep. The joys
Do
of
it nice
money.
and legit.
Yeah.
What's my currency? What was it again? 50?
Like 100.
100.
Yeah.
Fucking 100.
Hey, Daza doesn't run on nothing except this mysterious egg.
It's got
that
a magical giant egg powering it. They don't need to pay electricity bills.
And yet,
Yeah, I mean, bastard. Anyway, yeah.
they don't know it's an egg, okay?
That's true. And I guess once we get there, Zig would do whatever the equivalent of shuttle tossing the keys to.
Just
the next
finger
item.
gunning him, right? I guess.
Yeah. Finger gun and a Star Wars nod.
And I think he just sits there staring at the keypad and just goes, "Okay, you can do this query. Got this."
Have I got an
Does he
inspire
cry?
confidence spell?
Can we roll to see if he cries?
Would
Yeah.
you say underconfidence is an affliction?
I mean, yeah.
Or perchance, whatever the other one is.
I feel like I just said yeah already, so.
Okay. Could I cast remove affliction on him?
Sure, why not? It's expensive, sure.
It's not as expensive as a new shuttle.
Magic is not expensive in this system at all. I don't know what you're talking about. There's 0 component costs.
That's true. That did not do anything. But
Yeah, let's try it once more with feeling. Once
like
more.
5.
Do or die. Hey, I've died twice.
either that or it's going to show up like 40 times.
I don't see any of this stuff. I feel like Stornoway is keeping all your stuff to itself tonight.
It really is.
Yep.
I'll close it and open it again. Right.
Okay.
Oh, my character sheet's not loading now.
So, these are meeting up in Daza anyway, right? So, yeah. We'll see if he's got a nice fireworks display or not in a minute. So yeah, while he's trying to sort that out though, we'll retroactively deal with that scene when it happens. Right? I guess you meet up with Zig. Probably
That's the shuttle, right?
It is tonight a shuttle, yes.
That's alright then, man. I mean, his queen is going to deal with that shit, man.
It just means that to land she's gonna have to crash the ship every time.
At least it's Zig that blew up our loved ship.
There we go.
Mine thrust is
That's
working, but
I'm
remove
really
affliction
glad that-
isn't.
okay.
Everything except for... I'll just paste the text.
My god.
Why
So
is that not... Why
are
is
you-
the button not working?
are you afflicted? Is that why your button doesn't work?
I'm afflicted. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
You're
Can't
right,
read that
first of
text
all.
properly. Oh my god. It won't let me what's the text?
Well then nope, you can't
It doesn't
cast
want me
it.
to cast this.
Nope.
I'm not casting it then. There
Fine.
we go.
There we
You're
go.
just gonna have to fly it blind.
I'll do the roll then. You stepping out of the shuttle? Yeah, okay,
I
cool.
hope he isn't actually blind.
Look at that, that's a good roll.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You still know he's mods, but that's 7.
Blind 20.
Yep, so
I
he's
mean,
so the scene is he's sat there staring at the keypad. He goes, "You can do this query. Signature." And then
You got my name right.
yeah, right. And then pushes a button, and the headlights come on. He goes, "Okay." Pushes another button, and then like one of the waterfalls in the middle of the table starts like tinkling with water, like as a water feature. He goes, "Okay."
it's quite nice, actually.
It's like, okay, good. Relaxing. And he sees a button like slowly pulse purple, and he goes, "Don't touch the purple button unless you need to. When do I need to?" And he's trying to like recall stuff Zig showed him. And he's like, "Okay, I'll push this button." And he just pushes the green button instead. And then the panel lights up and then comes up with, "Do you wish to engage autopilot back to Azure Flare?" It comes up yes and no. And he looks at it and goes, yes. And pushes the button.
Thank God.
And he sits back and goes, whew. And then the ship, obviously the shuttle itself, starts to take off shakily. And then starts to, like, autopilot itself away. And he says it's going, goes, Sig needed me. I got this. And then we cut back to you guys meeting up.
Oh. Oh. What a guy.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking nerd.
Fucking nerd.
Can I
I
just
was going to ask if it had autopilot, and then I forgot to ask, so I didn't.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad he managed.
It's mostly got auto return, right? It's mostly that.
Yeah.
Because even the final hour shuttle needed Finn to pilot it if it was going to be autopiloted that way.
Hmm.
Like, there's too much going on in space for autopilots to be that good, sadly, unless it's an AI dedicated to it. So, yeah, use me up, I guess, on the shuttle of the final hour, probably, right? That makes sense. That's, like, non-radiation filled.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you walk into the giant green tank.
I think now's the time to say that I would like to make a telepathic bubble with these people.
A what?
What do you mean, these people?
My
What do
teammate,
you
my
mean,
crew,
these people?
my fellow players.
Okay, cool.
You want to do what to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stay out of my space, mate. That's my bubble.
Right. I want to create a telepathic bond with the people, my teammates, my compatriots, my
I am a
friends.
free lizard and I will not be shackled.
Join us!
I have a +3 against mind affecting effect.
Is it a fear effect?
This is probably not a mind affecting effect, it's probably a mind supporting effect or some bullshit.
It's a
Oh
death
dear.
effect.
Yeah, it's probably a death effect. But not one of those death
So-
effects.
Yes, as we have all leveled up.
It's a fire spell.
Okay, yes.
I'm immune.
I cast mind bubble flames erupt.
I can form a telepathic link with up to 6 willing creatures. So you all have to be willing, please.
Yeah, alright.
Allowing you to communicate telepathically at great distances.
I mean,
This
Yeah,
functions as telepathic bond, the spell, except the duration is permanent, and you can only have one bond that's active in this way at any given time. Creating a new telepathic bond immediately ends the previous one. Blah blah blah.
So,
so,
Zig gets his cue cards out and then fumbles through them and explains that to you, I guess.
Yeah, it just says, right, I've been working on, meditating over the past year.
It's a bigger mind link.
I can communicate with my mind over great distances with loads of people at the same time, but I need to form a bond to do it. And I'd kind of like to be able to be in contact with all of you.
Have
Because I seem to get separated quite a lot.
Have you done this before?
we tried a phone.
I have. It doesn't work very often.
Mega mind
in
link.
order to do it, I do need everyone's consent.
I mean, since you always forget you're communicating everywhere I'm down, it's this way
Also, I'll paste
we'll
it.
find you. You disappear.
All right.
So that is plus 30, so it's like 55 feet it works at, I think.
That is.
It's alright.
So yeah, that's how far away I need to cast it.
What's the actual range on the...
The actual range is, hold on, it works over any distance, although not from one plane to another.
There you go. So basically, you'll have psychic mind phones.
How fast does the information travel from mind to mind?
Psychic mind phone.
That
Can we
doesn't answer
talk
my
to
question.
Can we talk to each other? Or is it just one way?
I don't think it's like everyone can communicate with everyone. I think it's just
Fucking
between
amazing.
every individual person.
So it's,
like,
it's a give and take, right? It's not just like you can hear us or.
Well, if desired, I can leave myself out of the telepathic bond, but I'm not going to.
And all of
That's
them
pretty
were
much made it sound
deceived,
casting.
for in secret another bond was forged. Telepathic bond, right, so between yourself and each willing, blah blah blah, each creature included in the link is linked to all other creatures and can communicate telepathically through the bond regardless of language.
Ow.
There you go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we can all communicate together.
Yeah,
As
mhm.
telepathic, amazing.
Yeah.
Shit, zig.
Psychic mind
Right.
phones.
Shit, zig.
Psychic mind phone.
So,
Okay.
who
We've done it.
who is saying no to this, or who is saying yes to this?
I would think for a moment and then. Okay, fine.
So,
Do it.
I almost bought an item that prevented telepathic links.
Did you say you did buy, or you were going?
No, I became very close to it. I was looking at it going, do I want to build myself as an anti-zig build?
It's not the worst idea.
Yeah, prep for that end game.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I will say yes to him.
Just handy.
Can't believe you left Query out of this.
Fuck query.
Wink.
I mean,
Poor
I'm
guy.
leaving pretty much everyone else out of this. It's just
Yeah.
the team.
Yeah, poor Alice. Poor Alice. You're left out again.
Poor Alice.
She doesn't need to know. What she doesn't know can't hurt us.
Well,
I mean, to be honest, though, can you imagine Alice in your heat every 2 seconds? Captain? Captain?
Like, Zach, turn it off!
Zig makes a bond with a potato just to get rid of it. Yep. Okay.
Could the potato be willing?
It's also not got an intelligence score high enough for it to affect it, so.
Yeah.
Unless it's a. No, let's move on. So.
Anyway, yeah, so I guess,
Right, so
Like-
you do the thing, I guess?
yeah, I guess he kind of like puts his hands out for everyone to kind of hold hands in a circle.
Right, I'll write that in my notes then that something's actually happened. So shopping plus telepathic bond.
And
Shopping's important.
he closes his eyes and I guess maybe just pulsates light and it just kind of passes around the circle and then everyone can slowly, yes, starts to be able to send and receive thoughts from each other, I guess.
It's probably weird as shit at first.
Testing.
Thinking.
It's something you actually have to actively choose to do, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't.
good.
Just listen.
A lurker.
Yeah. yeah, that seems not untrue.
Yep. Thank you to all the lurkers in the channel as well. You're welcome. Thank you. Yes, we enjoy your
You're all
telepathic
much
bond.
appreciated.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Really.
Yep. So he's now closer than he's ever been before.
Long time
Well done.
listener,
Been here before. Right.
Mm.
I was older one. I can't remember. I've been here before. Well,
I'll take a note of that. I'll make a new column next to my mind link column.
Fine.
So these are all together. What's the plan? Just go back up for a Babak, or
yeah.
Are we waiting
yeah.
for back here or up there or?
May as well be on the ship ready, I suppose.
Yeah, makes sense. Kivalari then.
No, not.
I would also not.
Good. He's learning.
only took 75 sessions of training. Yep. So yeah, he's head back up to the Kivalara then, right? Obviously, Shakos is on board still. and odds. And then anything you want to do on the Kivalari before we time skip to Bibak?
Nah, I don't know off.
Just enjoy my new gun.
Yes.
Pet it.
Maybe too much, yes. Yeah, so Zig, weirdly, they bought you loads of nice stuff as well, weirdly.
Yeah,
Oh, I can actually equip it now. Haha.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks,
Yours
guys.
100,000 credits.
I mean, I'm good for it. But I don't have 100,000 credits. He does have.
Who has credits?
I mean, I'm
Zig.
currently
I
wearing
don't know where the full credits.
300,000 credits, so
Yeah, you're very expensive to steal.
I am. I'm very difficult to steal now that my ACs are reliably over 30.
Yeah. I wonder
What's
how.
your AC though?
What am I at? It depends what abilities are also activated. But my
What's your
AC,
peak?
my character sheet is not loading.
Too much
Yeah,
stuff on it.
mine's been doing the same. It's been.
Or 20 is having a time.
It's actually just I think the Starfinder sheets aren't the smoothest in general.
Gotcha.
And then roll 20. It's maybe worth a refresh of character sheets at some point anyway. Just making fresh ones.
So my EAC is currently at 30 and my KAC is at 32.
Nice.
I know I can definitely bump each of those up by another one
It's
at
not bad.
least. And then I can give myself probably 30 something temp HP.
It's just nice.
Um,
Never mind all the
Yeah.
not quite so death jank that he's got going on.
yes. Then I've got the nanites to repair my health,
Mhm.
which makes it almost impossible for me to die.
So there's that.
Unless it be on your body.
There's a gun that fires nanites that I was really tempted to buy, but I don't understand the implications of that. And so
Yeah. I was
shot
tempted
by
to.
one.
There's an integrated gun in my armor, so it's just like I am just nanites. I fire nanites. Nanites fix me.
Wow, you really are Hideo Kojima.
Now with legs that allow me to climb on the ceiling,
It's the most
I can-
Metal Gear you could possibly be.
which seems unnecessary when I can also fly and no clip. But
Yeah, but
just for when I want to be extra creepy.
When you can Hideo Kojima, you should.
alternatively, when you can Peter Parker, you should.
Yes.
It also allows me to fly up to the ceiling and then attach myself there, pull out my rail cannon, which I can use with one hand because it's loaded on my tactical scaffold.
I wonder
can
how
have the
many
shield in the other hand and then use my remaining two hands to have tea or something.
how many ceilings have the support network to support your weight though?
I call that an additional weapon.
Yeah. Fall damage, right? But for them, because I'll phase through the floor, right?
Yeah, I will phase through and fly off it and pull
Yes.
down more ceiling.
Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, back to the
This is
scenes
why
though.
I shouldn't be
Back to the
allowed in
scenes
the,
though. Let's
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
I can
just gonna
cack talk.
ask Ryan,
okay, just ask.
would I have enough time before things happen to install my sun brooch into my armor?
I think it doesn't take long. I think it would be weird to take unless you're good with engineering. I think it's just limit.
Or, I mean, asking Weird to do it for me.
I don't know. Can you install your sun brooch into your armor?
Yeah. It counts as a worn magic item unless you install it in armor, taking up one upgrade slot.
You got the upgrade slot on your item, your armor even.
I do.
Yeah, why not?
I'm going to get weird today. A lot for me as well, probably.
Things are gonna get weird.
the queue.
Things are going to get weird.
Yes.
Things have been very not weird thus far.
Yeah, thus far. This is the
Thus
weird
far.
chapter. Anyway, so back in the game that we're in. We're gonna assume all the tech work that needs done that isn't cutting Weird in half to get spider legs is done. That's an asthmatic job. Unless there's something absolutely outrageous. But Gem will cover that. So, truly. Yeah, so Kivalari, anything you want to do on the Kivalari that is not, like, actual RP wise, I mean? or are you good?
I'm good personally.
Okay.
I think yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So we skip to the the meeting time, as it were. So a couple of hours pass. People do whatever tech jank they need to do, and then you get a signal on the it's probably routed through. What would be the easiest way to do this? Probably Kevlar. You probably give this transponder nonsense and all that nonsense over to him so that nothing was changed or jank from what he would expect to find, because he'd know how to find the Kevlar, right? On a good day, a non-undercover day. So yeah, and you are hailed. So whoever's on the bridge, can let me know who that is. Chakos is probably KO'd out of stress and exhaustion.
I would probably be on the bridge. I'd probably just be lurking.
Yeah.
There's nowhere else to lurk.
Yeah. Like on the Kevlar, you get loads of places, right? You got that cupboard, you got that other cupboard. You got
they're pretty good lurking spots. I'll give you that.
Yeah, you got a bigger cupboard.
I think I'll probably still
the
be
cupboard.
sort of going over the data again once more, maybe in like the kitchen.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, overall the approaching ship alarm goes off, and then yeah, it's basically like a incoming comm request for you, Zora.
It's the button.
Yep, and
this is Zora.
you just see Babak's face. Yes, indeed. He says as he has two of his arms clasped behind his back and his other two on his hips, kind of standing relatively regally as a captain of his own ship. And sort of a bridge of officers behind them doing their business, a whole team of people. And it says, we will be moving into range soon. And he just looks at you and he says, I will be docking with the Kivalari, and we will be coming on board within the hour.
It's odd. I won't get that, just that. We are on board the Kivalari and we're waiting.
Excellent. See you soon. And then it blinks closed.
A sentence more of that shit.
Yeah.
What do you mean by we? You've said we quite a lot.
What do you think he means?
It's not great. Not great. Not a great role. I don't know. I'm pretty paranoid.
Yeah. Okay. So does MD go up to the bridge after the alarms blared a bit for everybody, so that you know that there was incoming ship nonsense?
If it was a ship-wide alarm, I'd definitely go up.
Just to be aware that there was an intercepting course thing going across. Remember, this was a steward undercover ship, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd head up.
Yeah. Yep. So Zora, do you share your worries with any of the crew, or do you?
I'll call up Michael. And I'm like, so Babak as a single person, what would he mean by we when he says we will be on board the ship? Vanilla.
That it won't be a single person. He'll be bringing a crew. Captain, I wouldn't read too much into that. He's a very important man.
I mean, it wasn't a we the last time.
No, but last time he didn't have a ship to recover.
True.
Maybe we want a quick getaway plan just in case.
What he said.
Out of character. In character, is that so?
All in character.
Okay. Any suggestions?
So we keep the shuttle fired up.
Let's maybe be a little bit more clandestine than that.
A bomb. I'm just joking.
No, no, Christ. Just make sure someone's ready to hand to get us out of there if need be, and keep an eye on. He's going to expect me to be intimately involved in talking through this, so it would be weird if I were to be lurking about, looking out. He'd expect paranoid behavior from me, but he would also. He would not like it if he thought I was acting out of character. It'd set him off. And he knows that I'm going to want to be in this conversation. So I can't be the one keeping an eye on what his crew are doing.
I'm assuming he'd probably expect me. I mean,
He's
they
going to
have-
want to talk to you, yeah. Probably me too, but
they have
you're
a
the
professional vent worker.
which one?
uh, one namely in the call right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Let's.
The arc in this session.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just play it careful. Don't work too much if you don't need to. These guys, they'll be trained. You're not dealing with schmucks. There's a good chance of some of them spotting you, and if they spot you, they're gonna wonder what the hell you're up to.
Well,
So, I guess what we're saying is, let's just go for it. Let's just go for it.
so no special arrangements in the hour you've got.
Well, no, for the time being,
I think
I
I
don't
think
think.
they could just kind of.
Because you have a red matter canister and the foam canister.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do. It's fine.
Okay, that's a fair point. I think we should take at least some of it.
I was just going to say, should we take some for ourselves?
Take one canister.
I mean,
Or why don't we take half each?
I was going to say you
I don't
got.
want to
I'm
risk
sorry,
opening
we're
it.
done.
I'm
sorry to what we've done.
sorry. Yeah, like I'm rewinding. Like you have the case with the red matter on the Azure
Yeah.
Flare, but one of those canisters
Yeah. Okay.
is
yeah,
on
okay,
here.
right.
and the foam because you split them up.
Alright.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine then. We've got something we can hand them. That's sorry, I was. We can discuss that when the time comes, and if he's standoffish about it, he expects paranoid from me.
Fair.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just try and keep an eye on them once they're there. I don't see it as advisable to take any wacky precautions and end up making ourselves come across suspicious.
Yeah, that seems, sound, right?
I mean, look, if the cops are coming to your ship and you've rigged your ship up with all sorts of suspicious stuff, that doesn't.
You mean like it has
Yeah.
been?
Yeah, but that wasn't us.
That was weird.
I mean, oh god, I don't know what he's up to at this point. I don't want to think about it. I know. Look, he installed a non-bomb. As long as it's a
Yeah.
non-bomb.
So
Oh, none.
a nom. So yeah. Right, we'll skip to the part where the comm goes again. So whoever's on the bridge this time. I assume like how you woke Shakos up as well.
Yeah, of course. And I'll have joined in the bridge, probably awaiting the.
I'll press the button. I'll probably be there just lurking as
Yep.
well.
And it's just like audio this time, and it's this is a ensign. And does somebody want to just give me a random name?
Tim.
Yeah, we go.
Jones.
Tim Jones. This is Ensign Tim Jones. Of the oh god, what were we calling his ship? The Immortal. There we go.
My immortal.
No, his Immortal. Some cheeky evanescence there, yeah. Oh dear, man.
It seems, it's timely and appropriate.
This is Kivalari.
Oh god. So, bigger 001, yes, we do have a crazy amount of back catalogue from session 1 and then the prequel session to session 1.
Yeah,
And,
it's a big commitment, but it's worth every second.
There are a couple of catch-up sessions as well. Bigger 001.
Worth every second.
Yeah, I mean, there's good ups and good downs. So anyway, back in this game. So, you are confronted with this coming up on the actual just the windows, right? It's outside.
Yep.
And it's known as the Immortal, because I can't think of a better name. I will placeholder a better name in there. But yeah, it's just a ridiculous name.
It's a name.
Yeah.
Doesn't look a bottle.
And
Shit.
then it gets closer, and the Tim Jones, Ensign Tim Jones, it says transfer piloting controls, please.
Fuck it, I would do it.
Yep. And then
I don't know what I mean. I pressed the autopilot button.
Yep. So I think it's mostly a case of do you accept request, yes or no. No, because tourniquet implies injury, right? And it fixes injuries. And I feel this causes injuries.
You're just looking up fucking Evanescence songs now.
Like Lacrimosa is a fair enough name, though.
I will hand over the controls because
Yes.
I think I have some points in piloting.
Yeah. Yes. So you do that, and then the consoles go dead, right? And you can feel the ship move ever so slightly. And then this ship gets bigger in the screen, and bigger again in the screen. And then you realize how big this ship is, and they're basically about to scoop you up into their cargo hold hangar.
I don't like it.
So
Don't like it.
and then your ship is using its maneuvering thrusters to rotate itself round. And yeah.
Mentally, I see something smells funny.
Remember what I said about the spilled up show?
Don't think it would do much good now, Captain.
It looms over everybody.
Say
and,
nothing aloud.
The shadow passes over the the cockpit window, as it were, the bridge window of the Kivalari, and then you hear the thunk of the Kivalari docking on the floor of the hangar bay of the Immortal, and then you see the hangar door energy field shimmer to be opaque, and you hear Ensign Tim Jones going, "Welcome aboard the Immortal," and that's where we take our the end of the session, not our break, but the end of the session. I've done that before.
We take our week-long break.
Our week-long break. So yeah.
In many ways, it is.
So
I'm tempted after all that just to be like, YOLO, bye.
Fall through the floor. See how much damage you can do on the way down, yeah.
So
just jettisoned. Oh well.
So there we have it, guys. These are finally at Babak's door. Finally. Whew. So
That's not a terrible
can I
session name
suggest a
in
session
itself.
name?
you can, yes, please do. Anyone can.
Knocking at Babak's door.
I love it. I hate it. But I love it.
That only covers a tiny part of the session.
Need those.
There was like,
Yeah, sorry.
I think it's because half of it.
List 2.0.
Oh dear.
Rise of the Revenge of the Shopping. Part 2.
What was our other shopping adventure called? I feel like it was just Mystery Shopper. Yeah, that was back in session 8.
That'd be a better.
To live and die in a shop.
Yeah.
Would be perfect for this.
Then we've got session 15, shops, bots, and autodocs. And then, do we have any more for that? Let's see. Salvage looks reasonable. Show Bad to Go was funny. That was anniversary session, the first one. Then we have... And Show Bad to Go doesn't feel like it was that long ago. How the hell has that been a year?
Jesus.
Has that
Yeah.
actually been a year?
Yes! That's the anniversary
What?
session from the 1st of October.
No!
Getting very
2020 is the year that both didn't happen and happened far too much.
Yes, there has been far too
Yeah.
much.
Oh
But
my, jeez.
It's been very fast, nothing.
yep.
And very dangerous nothing.
Hmm.
Just scroll through the rest of them. Is there anything else openly? There's one called Tajiglu, which I love. Session 58, Tajiglu. Yep. And then we've got... Man. Chapter 11. What even happened in Chapter 11? Fucking hell. That's the July to October chapter that I think is very, very telling of 2020. Okay, so what are we going for, guys? Session titles. We did shopping with Q-Bob.
I've got one, but I can't think. That is, and how do you spell like bizarre? Like as in you are bizarre, not as in a bizarre. Right, anyway, I got it. I've got it.
Are you going to call it Bizarre?
Oh, no.
Kieran's a dragon.
That's what I... Hey, that's my suggestion. Just off the back of the last one, which was called Dungeon and the Dragon.
Well, since we're saying goodbye to Q for a while, could we have it perhaps Q Anon?
Oh no.
In the bin, Lyko, in the bin. And throw that bin in the sea.
Oh dear.
Then boil the sea. Q-Bob's Bazaar.
Holds up Spork.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, what's the thoughts, folks? I thought Shopping Channel was funny if you think about mind linking with everybody, but
That's the vibe I'm looking for. That or
Yeah.
teleshopping. Yeah.
Teleshopping's good!
Teleshopping.
Shopping's good.
Yeah, I'm voting for fucking
Why don't you
teleshopping,
do that?
baby.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I got in there way before the Evanescence runs.
Wait,
that you made.
Yeah, I
Okay.
wasn't blaming anyone in particular.
Tele.
Lee is quite an attractive woman. Those are my thoughts.
She's not the worst person today.
Not the
Teleshopping.
worst pair.
And that's really a victory. So, right, goals.
Mine is currently in.
You still
the
have
works.
you've had so many hours of downtime, and you haven't told anybody about the new ranking
Probably
system.
should have done that.
That's
I
fine.
probably should have done that in this. Like, I probably did have time to do that, and you're right. And oops. Right, we're probably in jail.
What?
Oops.
Well, I mean, let's not be too rude. They're probably going to want to interview us.
I know this is probably a bad time, guys, but I think we should go through our roles as a crew
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
while we're being interrogated.
This is when you find out that he's put himself as the lowest ranking person, so that none of the blame can go to him. Okay.
Well, thought it was my operation, but it wasn't. It was
Right, so Zara.
I
Like,
made this thing the other yesterday.
So, Zora, yours is still ongoing. Yes. Lyko.
Yeah. Well, I've done it, so
Mhm.
I am winning.
Yeah, so move it
That's how
across.
it works, right?
Yeah, move it across.
I have got it fixed, so let me just
So-
copy and
And you
there.
Yep, there, perfect. Shift down.
Drift down and go bloop. Oh my lord, what's happening? Oh no!
Nope.
What have I done?
Nope.
You want to click on show
Undo.
desk.
Undo. Just,
1 second.
Wait, actually, is it?
just let him undo it first. Yep, there we go. Now,
Right,
click
okay.
on level 12. Then, right click.
Okay.
Then, insert cell.
Yeah.
shift down.
Oh wait, that's
That's not what I went to do. Oh,
And
why
then,
have I not?
no, you were-
I was right though. I was right because we're on the new
Oh,
level.
right.
Remember?
No, we are right. Sorry. Insert cell. Then I just want to.
no, because someone's left the extra line in. I don't know why. That's fine.
What extra line?
So we shouldn't have this
Yeah.
or
it's-
this
yep.
or this. But I will deal with those.
Every time I tried to press delete there, my page went fucking wild. Honestly, anything Excel based terrifies me.
Fair.
Probably for the
Okay, there you go. So you've done that. So that is at least one. Weird, you haven't got yours yet.
No, but I feel like I'm moving there rapidly.
I mean, I feel like you're doing most of it to yourself first. Are you the catalogue?
Yes. Well, I think you
For
wouldn't
this-
get a tattoo off someone without tattoos.
Hmm.
So you wouldn't get cybernetic enhancements off of someone who isn't a
Android?
body or a nightmare.
Like you were born the best, like one. So
No, I
You
was
wouldn't
born as
want to
a
get
like,
tattoos off of some people with tattoos either.
I mean, yeah, particularly if they're supporting wearing Nazi tattoos on a Sky TV show.
oof.
If anyone
I
saw that
mean,
news.
yeah, I don't understand this reference, but I agree.
I think yeah,
News
just
had
just on principle,
cancelled a
yep.
new show.
But anyway,
Sky
like
News had to cancel a new show. It was one of those reality TV shows. It was the Great British Bake Off of Carpentry.
So-
They found one of the guys was covered in Nazi references.
perfect.
Did they not notice that?
I mean,
No,
I'm gonna look
it
at my
was-
watch here and then say let's finish goals first and
Yep.
then do our wrap up shit. Maybe yeah, like let's maybe keep it on point if we
I
can.
suppose it's not always that easy to tell if you're not.
So
All that numerology shit.
Zig,
Not quite.
general goals.
From Sefu not done. Repairing them back for the Erox not done. Deal with Q-Bob done.
Done.
Mhm. There's now in fact potential for more deals with Cubob now.
And determine how involved the complicit back was still in progress and repair fleet Kivalari still in progress.
Okay. So move
Well,
over Cubobs.
yeah.
Yep. And then get rid of that from the general list. What's our new goals, folks?
Escape the immortal.
Hey, we don't know what is happening yet. Let's not jump to conclusions. Because I feel like
I'm
sometimes
happy to
we
jump
talk
to
ourselves into
conclusions.
this. Yeah, we know you are. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, right. What's the next step, right? So let's obviously we know we can't make goals based on determine how complicit Babbitt was yet, right? So if you just assume the best case scenario happens, or the worst case scenario happens, what's the step after that? Regardless.
I guess the
Or
only thing that's
stop him.
on Akaton that's not to do with Akaton is I don't know, that's maybe actually a weird personal thing. Go Junkrat stuff. Is it the Junkrats? I can't remember.
It's the new Junkrats.
New Junkrats, sorry.
But yeah, because we're not actually on Akaton at the moment. So the more
I
immediate
guess,
pressing
yeah.
thing would be.
Edgar. Meet with Edgar.
No, I definitely think like
Edgar.
we have to first respond to Babak, right? Like
We've
whichever
already
way it
got a goal
goes,
for that, though.
the first
Basically,
things we have to do is like, yeah, but that's determines complicit. But then Ryan's saying like, what's next after that? Well, depending on what we determine, then we're either gonna have to deal with them or deal with them. You know?
So we can change a goal for that. We might as well like just preempt the best case scenario and we speak to him, everything's cool, and we go back to Akaton and do stuff right.
Okay.
So we might as well put a goal that we could maybe do if that's what happens instead of
Because you can't hypothetically put in a goal for something he might say right during it. So yeah, like basically you need to work on if everything with Babak wraps up nicely, or if it doesn't. You've got other problems if it doesn't, but if it does, then what's the next shit you've got? Is it go see Ramasethu and then get your shit together for Yoks? Do you think you're prepared for Yoks now? You've got loads of new gear.
I honestly
mean,
don't
yeah.
know.
I would say so. Then.
What level is he?
Right, I'm going to just put this in, right, just as a, and you just can say aye or no, right, because he's wanted to speak to Edgar, not everybody spoke to Edgar yet, right?
Yeah, but so where's the challenge in that? Finding him?
Finding him.
'Cause
finding him.
That person can just phone, yeah.
We don't know that.
But like as a group though, yous do.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been as a group too, yeah.
So it's an autocomplete. So speaking to Edgar doesn't work.
Okay.
If it was
Unless Zig lies to us.
yeah. Then that's Zig's goal, right?
Okay. Lie to
Yeah,
us.
okay.
Lie!
It's up my lines, right?
Because speak with Ramasethu isn't just speak with Ramasethu, it's speak with her regarding memory jank. It's specific. It's not vague as much as that text is vague.
Specific.
Yes,
I guess
whereas
the new jump raz could be a group thing, right? Because it helps the group, right? We could just shove that in as a group goal, because I think
Yeah.
it was a group goal at one point anyway.
You know, establishing allies somewhere.
is it not in the list?
It should be.
As somebody.
It would be nice to have some allies. I mean, that's assuming Babak isn't one, which I think we're mistaken.
We could just stick Kill Hamani back in.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't see the point.
Technically
at the
he's
moment.
reissued the quest you've already done for him, so
End of the day, is somebody who can do an hackathon if everything goes well. Like,
Oh, I have an idea. Why don't we try sicking one Drow Queen and the other, and then just like collecting the remains?
that's not nice.
I mean,
Like,
look,
one Drow
we've
Queen.
been rooting for our Drow Queen, obviously,
Yeah, and I can, give her like radiation
Yeah.
buffs as we go.
and healer as well.
Oh, yes, that too. And if she dies, I can resurrect her if I get something,
no,
fancy.
reincarnate her,
Or-
you mean?
That's what I meant. Oh, yeah. Reincarnate. Oh, that's the plan. We kill both Dry Queens. We reincarnate Thanida in Lantarel's body so that if the vault is.
I don't think
like,
you know how reincarnate works.
Oh wait, this is no.
Yup. I mean, it's Zig, right?
Put the goal in.
Vigorous,
Hook up the new
vigorous.
jump rats.
Man.
That sounds disturbing.
The part that he, like-
Use that phrase again.
The part that Zig hasn't mentioned is you need to roll randomly for what body you get back.
Yeah,
It's the part Zig isn't mentioning with the reincarnate, FYI.
I don't
Hey,
need to
look,
do
we've
that.
well,
Nobody
I've
needs to
been
know
there.
that.
I've done that.
Does everybody want to roll a D100 just now? And I'll tell you what body you get back.
Do this. Let's
Right.
do this, man. Do this /R Randy.
Right, so Zora would become an android.
I don't think that
Yes.
would work for me, would it?
We'll find out.
Ask.
Roll.
One all day, I'll turn myself into a Vesk android.
No, I mean literally. Is that?
Yep.
I don't know if I can have that done to me.
Just roll. We'll see what happens.
Still
Okay.
out a Vesk too as well.
62 for
I think
you,
I said that,
Lyko. What do we get for 62? You become a Lashunta.
Like you don't know Lashunta, yeah. We
Yep,
don't.
so you become a Barai Lashunta. And then Commodore Zig, which is still hopeful.
Also Lashunta.
You could roll to see what type of Lashunta you became, because there's 2 subspecies. So that's a thing. Weird, 62 as well. Another Lashunta, and then.
I rejected that. And rolled
Oh,
again.
I see. Okay, 85 is a Vesk.
Nice.
So you just
Nice.
change places.
Change places.
It's good.
How's it feel, man?
That's all right. I think I'd be a nicer Vesk.
What? I'm a pretty nice fucking Vesk.
No, what would happen is he'd be reincarnated as a Vesk. He'd just start cutting bits of himself off and replacing it with the old bits.
I mean, I'm just going to turn my android body into a Vesk. It's going to happen.
Just find a mind exchange spell or some shit and sort it out. Back to normal. Close enough. Anyway,
Just
Fusion dance, it'll be fine.
so
Sort of panic
goals.
situation.
Any more to deal with? Or are we good?
I don't know what to select for mine. If anyone has any suggestions,
Oops, I just closed the goals, so no.
they can take a walk.
Right, so
No, they can make them.
our placeholder is hook up with the new Junkrats until there's a better general goal, but for Lyco specifically, yeah, does anybody have any good Lyco specific no,
'Cause I'm
proposed
looking at
to
the ones
Shakos.
that we had in the ideas column, and I'm not seeing anything that's really that great for me at the moment.
Do you have any that you want rid of though? Because it'd be good to just delete them if they're no longer.
The
Um,
Hermione one, you know.
New source of Barai information is maybe redundant considering what we know now about Sindale.
Mm-hmm.
So let's remove this one. Delete cell.
Or-
There we go.
Oh wait, actually, there is one thing that would might be technically an autocomplete. If it's not an autocomplete, but it's assuming that what's his face? It's good for it. Oops, that's a bad. That did not work very well. Why is it not wrapping anymore?
It's
Screw you.
it's because you have cut instead of. You know,
Oh, I have a cut right. Is that what's happening? So,
yeah, so you need to just copy the above thing and then paste it. So I'll do it for you. Alright, and paste over that with a Shift V.
I need to not. I just need the text. Don't want the whole thing, so I'll just make it white again. See?
Or Control Shift V, I
There
think
we
it is.
go.
There you go. There you go. Sorted.
Is that acceptable? 'Cause I mean, if he's on a straight and narrow, that's basically
Yeah.
part of the
Yeah.
deal, right?
Yeah, that seems. Yeah.
And if it's not, maybe just a rescue mission.
Or a swap. But it's going to turn into a fucking rescue mission. No man left behind, okay?
Or
Definitely. There's
or Assembly Ooze.
Yeah. He's a man, okay? Don't you belittle him like that? Just because you can't understand these thoughts.
I don't know, I feel like Assembly Ooze is a couple of steps above men, but okay.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, man. I mean, if you see
Right.
it that way,
Any ideas for Lyco then? Because he didn't like mine, which was proposed to Shakos.
I did not like yours, no. I thought it was inappropriate.
Conducive? Yeah. Ask Babak to keep the Kivalari?
It could do, but again, I feel like that's another thing that's dependent on whether or not we think he's dodgy. But I don't.
Tell Babak we're keeping the Kivalari.
I mean, it could be also the user dodgy as well. Maybe his dodgy's
Yeah.
like maybe his dodgy and your
Not
dodgy's
in a bad way.
they're pretty dodgy. Like, let's not even
looks
pretty
over
much
at the
that.
mobile weapons platform that is a part ghost now.
Yeah, but I don't hide any of it.
Yep.
He's a ship cannon, okay? We're going to strap him to the top of the Azure flare.
I'm having myself reclassified as a tank. I'm
Mhm.
going through all the proper legal channels.
Yep.
I will now be identified as a tank.
Oh no!
Oh no,
You
that's
missed
not what
an
I meant.
opportunity to be an attack helicopter.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
shameful! You could be the one joke.
I do not want to be that,
Nope.
ever,
Nope. Moving on
in anything.
from those jokes. Yes. Any other suggestions for Lyco?
I don't really know, man. Not really, because we've got like a barback thing like in the main.
What about
Everyone always go towards like.
what about something with the electroencephalon?
No, because I know what I'm gonna do, and it's not give it to that fucking freak.
Yeah.
I think that should
There's
be the goal.
there's absolutely no decision there to be made for me, and I'm not mentioning it to anyone else just in case.
Aha.
I mean, I don't think it is a decision for anybody, God's sake.
There's
There's got to be that slobbering mess.
What's an electroencephalon between friends? You know?
I needed the money.
I would.
worried about me giving it to the Vesca.
I would say that yeah, like he's probably like
Mhm.
that's myself.
Mhm.
I
I also just meant
think,
the electroencephalon, not specifically the one to give to him. I just meant that entire.
Oh
lot.
yeah, but so I mean more generally, well, I'm definitely gonna retrieve Cindy Els, but is that sort of like immediate enough to stick in as a personal goal right now?
I mean, it really depends on the phrase immediate because it's something. I don't know if you've got anything else.
You know what? Let's put it down for just now, and if it seems like there's something more pressing, we can switch it out. No, is that how you spell retrieve?
That's it.
P-R-I-E-V.
Zendaya, Cindy.
Sin die L.
But I managed electroencephalon, I think.
Electro chap. Hold on.
Yeah, okay. I did not. It's
a horrible word.
like cephalopods, head,
Yes.
alright, like head, yes, I see now. Oh, it's like fucking electric brain, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's right on the nose.
Encephalo.
It's
Yeah,
like
okay,
super on the
right,
nose.
right.
And the rest of it.
Right, 2
okay,
seconds to
yeah.
fix Sindial.
Wow.
Hey, Cindy.
Mostly because it's completely different.
Cindy's a girl.
Right. Okay, there we go. So retrieve
Yeah, more
Sindial's
words than my mother halfway
electroencephalon.
through Scream.
I mean, that probably could just have been summarised as restore Sindial, actually, I guess, to be honest. But okay. It's maybe not the worst.
I mean, I'm not going to be doing the restoring because I don't fucking understand that shit. But I need to retrieve the thing so it can be done.
Yeah. Okay. I think-
One of the most technical things in the universe is always like, I know what that is, man.
Mhm.
Like, fucking-
Didn't know
it's
you're-
like-
Didn't know the Eoxian ships, but you know about their electroencephalons. Any other changes to the
Yeah,
goals,
fair.
or are we done?
Alright, I think.
Good.
Okay. In that case, then, wrap up chat time. Do you want to start us off? Why not, Alex?
I liked the bit with the shopping.
Shopping was good.
We made the numbers do good things.
Isn't it nice when it's free as well?
That is my favourite kind of shopping. It's like stealing.
But legal. I was gonna say, I almost said but legal, and I thought, was it legal though? No.
There is nothing legal about selling body parts to Bob in a basement. Like, I don't know about where you
There
sell
used
your
to be a booming
skeletons.
trade in Edinburgh. So,
I know.
so-
I walked past a bunch of skeletons the other day on my way back from therapy. It really. I know I'm going to
You
therapy.
need to stop talking about human beings as skeletons.
I mean, these were actual skeletons.
Oh.
Where they're doing the tram works, they've dug up next to an old graveyard, and they've got archaeologists there digging out old graves.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you're walking past, and it's like that's an actual human skeleton, and there's a small actual human skeleton next to it.
Yeah.
This is
We used
unnerving.
to have an actual human cranium in my work, and that wasn't the only skull. The other skull had to be removed because they actually had to send it to police because it was recent enough that it needed to be
Oh, man.
investigated.
Yeah,
grim.
I did actually find a website that ships skeletons.
Nice.
I was looking at, and they've got all sorts of weird rules about what you are and aren't allowed to own.
Yeah, I think there are
Damn.
ethical questions and questions of why do you want this?
Yeah, you can't get a recent one unless you're like an education specialist. Luckily, my partner is a teacher, so
Or a murderer?
yeah. Anyway, that's not about skeletons. I enjoyed skeletons and Zig's telepathic network. Less for what it's going to do in this session, and more of just the future.
Yes.
The future horror.
I think next session is going to come in quite handy.
Yes.
I'm not saying it won't be useful. It might also just be terrifying, like the rest of the wheel. And also, I've finally got my legs.
Yes.
I had my eyes on those for a while.
Like, I don't even know how many sessions. 70, maybe?
As soon as Armory came out,
Yeah, like...
I looked at it and went, I'm getting those.
You finally got them, buddy. You got them.
I got them.
And you had to just
On
give
top of them.
somebody's dragon mama for it.
Yeah. If I'd known that's all it took.
I know, right? Yeah.
But yeah, it was really good to. What's the other bit we got sorted? My brain has failed.
I think as well, for me, the nice thing about it was you gave away, like, something that you weren't really doing anything with for a while. Not to say you wouldn't have, but you just hadn't really had a chance to. And it lets me, as a GM, like, handwave, like, a lot of the more boring parts of RP, like earning money, right?
Yes.
So that was nice, because they are pretty goddamn exotic dragon bones. So
Yeah.
And literally went right back to him anyway with them. So
I appreciate the fact that we've got I'm rolling around now with 3 heavy weapons integrated into me.
It's disgusting. So that you can take on that one specific soldier again that probably doesn't remember fighting you.
Yeah, although I don't actually know what I'm going to do with my other arms now. I need to figure that out.
Left.
Yeah, because I only need 1 arm for my rail cannon. My other 2 cannons are integrated. My shield takes up 1 arm. I've got 2 arms left, so
Flex.
just cross your arms. Like
Flex on your enemies as you shoot them with a railgun. How good would that be? That would be terrifying.
It did say you need to have a free hand to reload weapons, unless you get the autoloader. And I'm like, well, I could just have the other 2 arms just continuously reloading the cans. Just horrifying mess of.
I mean, yeah, it's
metal.
mostly horrifying is the word I think I've got for this. Like, I'll just highlight this for Dylan who's watching. This is the character who's we're discussing's name, so this is how appropriate your comment was there. Which is a mindless lizard in the chat who says, "What a weird question to ask."
Weird,
it's
yeah.
actually a weird question.
Yeah.
So we've covered that. Yeah. So anything else to add? Good.
No, I think that's everything.
Good. Zora?
I also enjoyed the part where we shopped. Yeah, that was good.
I'm glad.
The wee Zedgar segment.
Yeah.
Are you shipping them?
I mean, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Why not?
I can think of multiple reasons.
I mean, if you're trying to say that Zig wouldn't, as a sun-loving rat murderer, would you not love to have like a rainbow shadow demon boyfriend? No? That's the most. I was gonna say, yeah, it's the most anime thing I think I've ever said.
I ship it better than Hamob.
Yes. Humani. Mob is worse, I think, though.
Hamob. It's just gross.
It's more accurate though.
It's the sound you make when you look at a Q-Bob.
Yep, the NPC none of us like. Yep.
They keep coming back to.
I mean, he's useful.
Yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't say anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe. Nico.
for the sake of the stream.
And I don't know if I've just got a problem with authority figures, but I don't trust my back anymore. They're fucked. They're screwed. It's over.
Just immediately going, oh ho, it's bad boys, just because the ship ate you.
I mean, just.
It was odd.
The first 5 minutes of Star Wars has told me anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you're a traitor with the Rebel Alliance?
Close enough, yeah. It's also quite a controversial statement, the first 5 minutes of Star Wars, and then people go, okay. Working out where you in.
5 minutes of Star Wars, it's like, da.
Yes,
Yeah,
rolling text.
Quick, avoid the letters!
If it wasn't done in a beloved movie from decades ago, would never be tolerated now.
That amount of waiting? No.
No, it's bullshit. It's terrible.
To be fair, our space, as you can see from the screen, has floating letters in it too. So
Yeah, you don't have to stare at them for like 5 minutes of plot before the thing starts.
true.
I mean, actually, probably do.
No, you know your plot sucks and you have to set it up like that.
Yeah. Like here is the exposition to our plot. Yep. Yeah.
It was pointed out on another group call I was on the other day. When we were talking about why the modern Star Wars films aren't that bad, and somebody pointed out if you take any Star Wars film and compare it to a similar sci-fi of the same era, Star Wars probably isn't going to win if you take it by itself.
Yeah. But that's also just because 2 and 3 don't stand alone. For like, and by that I mean obviously 5 and 6. Like 4 does, right? If you can jump into 4 and 4 works, as in A New Hope. But then the rest of it doesn't.
It wasn't supposed to be 4.
Yeah, but if you even if you cut out the scroll, right? There's enough in that movie for that movie to make sense, and it has an ending,
Yes.
and that's it. Like, it works.
It's the only self-contained film.
Yep.
Phantom Menace, actually.
I was going to say, so Phantom Menace, kind of, but Phantom Menace borrows heavily on the we know that you don't know that Shiva is who you know he is. And I hate that about a lot.
It's an advert for the toy.
Yes. And then...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Despite its other failings, it's got the most film structure outside of episode 4.
I'd actually say...
Structure.
Also, I'd actually say, arguably, like, Force Awakens probably has the same positives that A New Hope has, in terms of it's the same movie, so only with bits of the other two in it as one movie. So that's also probably standalone enough, right? Enough to pull it off. Whereas, so like maybe the first of each of the trilogies, they could maybe hold up a tiny bit. But as for the rest of them,
relies on cultural mass.
Yes.
To keep it going.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a film experience.
Is it even mass or just cultural osmosis? Like,
Inertia, cultural inertia.
The things that people hate about the recent Star Wars, think about all the things that were hated about not Return of the Jedi,
Return of the Mac.
Return of the Mac.
Yeah.
The third one.
Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. The original third. The Ewoks, for instance, all that bullshit.
Yes.
People complained about porgs, right? Ewoks are infinitely more offensive, and
actually effective is what you meant to say.
Like your last film is supposed to up the stakes, and it didn't. It neutered them. It made them completely embarrassingly pitiful. The Empire wasn't scary. The Emperor was. And the Emperor's just one fucking dude who could be chucked off a bridge. Didn't matter that he was scary when you're fucking starships. So, the Return of the Jedi kind of isn't that good a film if you take it as part of a franchise, which you have to because it doesn't stand alone, because it completely fucks the central premise of the franchise.
Also, even if we accept
Force.
But even if we accept those three with the rose-tinted glasses that the fanboys do, then all these people complain about how The Last Jedi ruined Star Wars or whatever. I would like them to go back and explain the holiday special.
No. So first of all, no, Alex, no, you're being censored now. The holiday special didn't happen. Everybody knows that was a fake news.
Okay, but Ewok films, they happened twice.
So
they added witches.
Moreover,
actual magic.
But actual magic is just the Force, though. Like there are witches in Star Wars.
This is distinct from that.
There are witches in Star Wars.
I know there are, but they do set this up as distinct from the Force users.
But that's because of the cocaine that fueled that back in the past. No, the point I was going to make there is vaguely pouring out of my mind now.
I'm doing cocaine these days.
Yeah, right. The impact the trilogy has, right, as 4, 5, and 6. As I say, that like obviously most people say the second one's arguably the best, but I'm like, if you take it as a whole, though, it's only good because of the sandwich. Sadly, like
it needs to be. It doesn't stand alone.
It doesn't work as its own movie at all. And I'll give people like that. Like I think it's the most coherent the story is. I think maybe because it doesn't actually do anything that the first one didn't do all the heavy lifting for. A New Hope does the heavy lifting so that Empire actually works succinctly.
So that it gets the twist.
Yeah, and then it delivers the twist.
Invested, it's like it is. It's coming off the back of a really good film, and it is in itself an extremely good film. But you're right. It's a sequel which would not work as a standalone. And
I agree. Like the third one, obviously has the same issues. I think the Ewoks were just George Lucas high on himself. However,
and his toy deal.
Yes, but the actual
definitely
elements of the third movie are really good. Like Jabba the Hutt's a scary guy. And I liked
Oh,
that
yeah.
scene. That stuff is terrifying. The Rancor stuff. The poor guy that had the pet Rancor who was so sad. The saddest person in all of Star Wars. Like,
I loved that.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
Never felt so much feeling in a scene.
He's the saddest person in all of it. Like, even, like, Padme's death, meh. That guy losing his Rancor pet, heartbroken.
Yeah, I kind of get the feeling they really should have. You know, you could spin off of the Jabba scene into a really interesting, shady side of the Empire and the Jedi, the new Jedi trying to deal with it, kind of thing. It would be a lot more interesting than back on Endor.
And just have it with, you know, the reveal being he's an evil space wizard who doesn't really have a plan other than he's won already. He's there. He doesn't need a plan. He won. That's what the prequel trilogy's for. Him winning.
Also, in terms of the Star Wars films, I do think the best one is just Rogue One.
Yes, I
Yeah.
concur. In terms of,
Yeah,
in terms of it,
and everyone feels a little disposable because they literally are. But
And it shows the rebels in an interesting light.
it's also beautiful as a movie. It's
And it
just,
doesn't get hung up on the pathetic Skywalker family.
yes, exactly. I think it's because there's like the coolest parts actually, arguably, of that movie are the least dip into the Skywalker family, which is the Vader cameos, because they're one of them's terrible and the other one's good. The try not to choke on your ambition line.
Vader
Oof.
great again.
Yes. So
I loved it. I think it did a huge amount to really remind people, and for a new generation who
Vader
grew
one.
up
Yeah.
thinking that, you know, the old films were kind of laughable. It was getting to see Vader, and it's like, look. Imagine you hadn't seen all the crazy special effects shit you have when you grew. Imagine that. Imagine it was cutting edge again. Look, this is Vader. This is why he's gay. He doesn't do all the fast flippy shit because he's basically 80% deliberately bad engineering, but he is an unstoppable iceberg of death.
it's the fact that you can see Anakin enjoying him cut through people.
Yeah,
That's the
he
part.
He's cold rage, right? He's not the Emperor going.
It's the holding the guy on the ceiling and then just absent-mindedly backhandering him with his lightsaber.
He's a monster. He is a monster.
Everything was to amp up fear, and I love that scene because everything's about being scary, not effective, and I like that. That's everything it is. Beyond that, though, let's ask Nico. Oh no, before we go in there, we'll chat with that in a wee second. I'll pause you there. Nico, anything else you want to add about your Zora wrap-up chat?
No, I like having new guns and having a jet.
Okay, good.
Good stuff.
Yeah, good. Zig?
I like the Star Wars bit. That was really good.
Sadly, that was a part of the wrap-up chat, so thus is no longer.
Yeah, it doesn't count. I really, 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 really hate the idea of MO.
Right. Okay.
And
why? Why does MO?
you,
Why?
for like putting that on the table for me to lap up like a little coffee. I enjoyed the I was gonna say Himani chat, the Edgar chats, and being on does that. I enjoyed getting back with everyone and actually having like permanent communication with everyone now is nice. I really enjoyed the shopping bit. It was great. I do like shopping in real life.
Especially for cool space magic-y things, right?
Yeah. I wish I could do that now in real life. Be good. Would be good. But no, I really enjoyed it. It was just nice to.
Yep.
I apologize for sleeping in.
It's okay. You're here now. It's fine. We're all good. All good.
You're gonna mention it.
Yeah. Thank you for running.
You're welcome.
Great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Last but not Lyko.
Last but actually, I'm Lyko.
Yeah. The most Lyko.
Hello. This is my wrap up chat. I like that I have a new gun, and I look forward to shooting someone with it. Good night.
Good. There we go. Perfect. Anything else?
Yeah, I had good fun, but I wanted to not hold us up too much longer because I go and get ready for bed. So, But thank you for running, and thank you all for being very fun people to talk to.
Yeah. Is there an me or a what's this, Sig?
I think that was me drawing attention to the cover art of the Star Wars Galaxies novelization.
I played that game.
Me too.
Briefly.
The fact
They're
they made
so
the cover
fucking old.
art out of game assets.
Wow.
I know, it's horrifying.
So,
And-
beyond that, we will talk about this off stream.
yes,
Um,
let's go.
Thank you to
Let's-
everyone that has
Good
watched
night.
so far, etc.
You
It's
guys are
session
wonderful.
session 75, believe it or not. There are more of this in the past. I know, I'm not even sorry that it's there. Go watch it if you dare. And goodbye, everybody.
You rhymed.
Goodbye.